Just because this is a new place for us, would you mind giving us a quick description of uncensored, like the type of music, the ambiance, the clientele?
Oh, sure. All right. So Uncensored is the brainchild of my character, Derek Temple. It is he would probably say a rescued, old, um, in my mind, a Gothic style church. Um, he kept as much of the religious imagery and statuary as possible, but has bright neon colors painted over the statuary. Everything has this kind of like dim quality to it. Um, Banquet seating is installed along the side where the altar had been is the DJ booth. Um, Aerial performances are done in the elevated space above the dance floor, usually with some sort of religious symbolism. Like, for example, a young man might be up there with costuming appearing so that they're pierced with arrows.
Ooh,
Um,
nice.
so it's the type of thing where it's definitely meant to uh, have a sacrilegious quality to it. This is where you go to really break taboos. Um, Food is served here, but definitely strong drinks. Um, Things go on in the confessionals, um, and the choir loft is has been converted into a VIP area. As for the music, it's kind of depends on the evening. Um, Maybe this particular evening is the typical nightclub thumpa thumpa. Um,
Thumpa thumpa.
so yeah,
Okay. And how long has Derek been in Athens?
he's only been in Athens for maybe about a year, 2 years top. Um, so once he moved into town, it became very important for him to try to reestablish himself in this new location. Um, so he tried to hit the ground running as soon as possible to get everything where he wants it to be because everything needs to be where he wants it to be.
Okay. Where do you see Derek right now amidst the thumpa thumpa, as you put it, in the club?
I think at this point he would probably be walking around, doing a bit of glad handing to some of the more local um, important clientele who have decided to make uncensored a part of their evening. He's just keeping an eye on everything, making sure that everything is where it needs to be. That the uh, all of the customers are getting their drinks in a very timely manner. Everyone seems to be enjoying themselves. Um, and then he'd probably either head back into the kitchen to check on things, or he might head upstairs to get a better view of the goings on.
Okay. That's actually kind of what I was hoping to hear. Um, while you are stationed above your procession, we'll
Hmm.
put it that way, as you're stationed above your procession and the sense of a heartbeat can be sent with the deep pounding of the music, and you're just taking in the night, all the different scents, the smells, because you're effectively running a fetish club.
Yes.
Um, You're. I'm gonna need you to throw a wits and awareness right off
Okay.
the bat as we start
Okay.
this.
Not a great roll for me, but we'll see how it goes.
You got one success.
One success.
Okay. Everything seems to be running as planned with the way that you prefer to keep your with the way that you prefer to keep your club.
Mm.
We're gonna go ahead and say that it's pushing probably around 9 o'clock, and you've got your collection of gyrating bodies on the dance floor, people enjoying themselves. What are your employees like?
Most of them are tend to be in their mid 20s to early 30s. Um, uh, I mean, the reality of the situation is in a club like this, you kind of want there to be beautiful young people. It's just kind of part of the atmosphere. Um, it, we try to keep. I would imagine that the attire is mostly in black, fairly form fitting clothes. Yeah, I mean, there's not necessarily a uniform per se, but we want people to look their best, um, uh, because that's part of that's part of the allure of the establishment.
Hmm. One of your employees, do you have like cocktail waitresses or anything like that?
Oh, I
Cocktail
do.
servers?
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so one of them who's on their rounds, which would typically go from the bar throughout delivering,
Mm,
is going to come up behind you while you're observing everything that's going around, and
mm.
they're going to try to whisper this, but loud enough for you to be able to hear it in the music, and say, "We have some strange guests tonight."
Where?
They're they're gonna look down towards the bar and kind of motion with a nod, and you can see down by at the bar there are three people who are wearing black suits. They have shaved heads and they're wearing sunglasses. And you can very clearly, from where you are, you will notice the off coloring because they've got kind of a tannish skin going on. They're not like completely pale or anything like that, but
Mm.
they you can actually see the white coiled wire of the earpiece they're wearing.
Uh, do we know who they? I'll kind of still looking at them. Talk over to her. Do we know who they came in with, or how long they've been here?
They just got here and they're asking for the owner.
All right. Thank you. And I will uh, begin to head down in that direction. I'm going to shoot a text over to. I would imagine I have someone in security, just to keep an eye on that area as I approach.
Okay. You are definitely having surveillance happening in that area.
Okay. Um, all right. So I will approach, and kind of nonchalantly, and any impressions as any additional impression as I approach them.
Well, they're not dancing.
Okay.
They're not nodding to the music. They're not ordering
Okay.
drinks. They're standing there. There's three of them. It's almost hard to tell them apart.
Hmm.
Um, these are your classic feds,
Got it. Okay. Hmm.
which I'm sure are not people you really want in your club.
Yeah. No, not really. I will. I'll approach and just kind of nonchalantly and say, "Gentlemen, how can I help you this evening?"
They all three turn to look at you, and the one in the middle leans a little bit closer and says, Sir, is there any way we can speak in private?
Oh, there absolutely is. Could you give me a heads up as to the topic? You're catching me a little off guard.
We're looking for some people. They may they may be associates of yours. They may not be. We just need to check.
Absolutely. And I'll kind of gesture towards we'll say like a little alcove that's kind of closer to the entrance to the kitchen, where the music might not be quite as oppressive.
Hmm. They follow you. They are they'll pretty much go wherever you're leading them into. Um, so you lead them into a small alcove where the music is less prevalent.
You know what? I probably have an office in the back, so
I yeah, I would
we'll probably
assume
walk
so.
through the kitchen to an office where it'll be a lot quieter.
All right. Uh, so yeah, they'll follow you to this office. What is the decor of your perfect office for Derek?
Uh, it would be rather austere. Um,
I see this being like the priest's quarters that
yeah, no,
you've
this would be like,
rechanged
uh,
into an office.
yeah, no, this would be like very, almost like utilitarian. Um, like everything has probably been painted like white or gray.
It's quite
Again,
quite a
the
big
religious.
difference from the club.
Well, it's the type of thing where like there's one thing to I mean the club is what it is, to attract, and to kind of um have that sort of outward look, to attract clientele. But when it comes to actually running the business, none of that's really necessary.
Okay. All right. When you walk in, two of the suits will follow you. One will
Mhm.
stand outside the door.
Okay.
Mr. Temple,
Yes.
we're sorry
And to whom?
to we're sorry to disturb you tonight. We know that you're very busy. Um, this have you heard that the Museum of Natural History was robbed a couple of nights ago?
No, unfortunately, I don't get out very often. This keeps me rather busy.
The one who's speaking is going to gesture towards the other one who's standing there in silence, and from inside of his coat, he's going to pull out a folder and hand it to the one who's speaking to you,
Mhm.
and he's going to put it on the desk. And these are the photos that we have that might be able to help. We want to know if you happen to be associated with any other people.
Okay. I will peruse whatever documentation they provide to me.
There's some photos of the crime scene. It looks
Mm.
like somebody has just completely demolished a glass case that was in the they the Georgia was recently Athens was recently hosting the traveling King Tut exhibit. And it looks like one of the displays was actually smashed open and something was taken. You can see the little the little triangular like little standy numbers showing where things are. Um, on the photos, you see the police tape. You can see people in like static outfits who are taking samples and looking for prints and stuff. And there are going to be three incredibly blurry photos of people. From what you can tell, it looks like an older gentleman, a rather fit looking young woman, and a smaller bald, like complete, like almost like these three, bald individual who are all, and he's dressed fairly well, um, and the item that they're all gather around and staring at in the security footage um, are a pair of scales.
And I don't recognize any of these individuals.
Give me a wits plus insight.
Do, do, do.
Oh wow, nice. Two successes. What affiliation does Derek have?
I would say he probably leans anarch.
Okay, so you may have been in some of some of the anarch areas. Maybe when you first showed up to town to see kind of like what
Hmm.
everybody was looking for.
Hmm.
Um, I'm gonna go ahead and say that the woman in the photos looks familiar. You don't know who she is, but you know you've seen her in some of the more anarch areas.
Sure. All right. Well, I'm going to put. I can imagine if she looks familiar, then the other two are probably they could potentially be family as well.
I think the major thing to be concerned about is the fact that these three individuals who look very official
Yep.
are coming in, and the first thing that sparks into your mind is one of these people you may have seen in a kindred establishment.
Right. Um. So I will go ahead and look and kind of shake my head and say, "No, I don't seem to recognize any of these people. You know, they don't even look like they necessarily belong together."
The two just kind of stare at you while you're talking, allow you to say what you're going to say, and the one who's been doing the talking will reach for the folder if you're done with it.
Uh, can't think of a reason to keep everything. Um, may I keep one of these just just in case it jogs my memory.
The two men look at each other and kind of just give a silent nod. It almost looks like they have like a whole conversation without speaking. And the one who has been talking to you says, I don't see a problem with that. We do have other copies. If you do think of anything at all, if anything is jogged, as you put it, please call us here. And he'll hand over a card, which is just a black card with just the phone number on it. There's no name, there's no anything. It's just a phone number. As he's handing it to you, you are going to notice that there is a tattoo on the inside of his wrist on his right hand.
And what is the tattoo of?
It is under scene art. I just uploaded it.
Yep, let me take a look. Oh, okay.
They politely say, "Thank you for your time. We're very sorry for bothering you." And
Not a problem.
again,
If
if you do think of anything, please give us a call.
certainly, I have to admit I'm curious as to your interest in the artifact and the event. Are you representatives from the authorities or the museum itself?
We represent an organization that has an invested interest in the collection.
And are you looking to merely retrieve the item or
Getting the property back to its owners. That is our one goal here. Have a nice evening. And without a word,
Thank
they
you.
will turn and walk out of the club.
I will kind of follow them out.
They kind of the third one falls in line with the others, and they just kind of are able to make their way fairly smoothly out of the club. They tend to stick closer to the walls until they reach outside.
Mhm.
They You will notice that they do have some looks at the interior as they're walking around.
Mm.
But once they're out the door, they're out of view.
Okay. I don't like that. I think I will check in with security to see if to make a note with them that if they're spotted in the club again, to notify me. Um,
Would your security be like CCTV or anything like that?
I would imagine because I do want to keep a tabs on the goings on downstairs, especially.
Okay. Um, yeah, your security officer is going to ask you to, when you have a moment, to come into the security room so he can show you something.
Sure. All right.
And
So I'll pop in.
he's going to be showing you like when they come in. At one point in time, one of them takes off their sunglasses to clean the lens. Like they take out a small, what looks like a small handkerchief or something like that, maybe a microfiber cloth or something, and they're just wiping off anything that might be on the lens. But you will notice that there is a small lens flare, a light that flashes in his eyes, and he puts his sunglasses back on.
One of the one of the suits.
Yes. And your security officer is like, "You ever seen anything like that?"
It's a good question. Have I seen anything like that before?
Not that you can think of. Now, something like a gangrel or any other clan that might have Protean might do something like that, but not something that's
Mm-hmm.
just reactive to the camera. That was more like what happens when the light hits like the eyes of an animal in the dark.
Mm. No, maybe he had some sort of like weird contact lenses on.
Possibly. So we'll keep an eye out for the suits. Let you know if they come back.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. We'll make sure the whole staff knows about that.
Okay.
And he'll print off a photo from the security footage of the three of them, the clearest shot he can get, and he'll make sure the rest of your employees know.
Mm. Um, I think at this point, what I would like to do is see if I can do some research in terms of what do I know about this particular item or the theft surrounding it. Like I might do a Google search, or I do have a contact that I didn't flesh out. Yeah, let's try to reach out to that contact and just let's go ahead and see if there's any information that we can get on this particular theft.
Okay. Um, any humans that you have on your character sheet, and if I haven't made this clear to everybody, any humans who you have on your character sheet, whether they are herd, retainers, contacts, whatever, uh, go ahead and attach a an influence sphere to them. So
Ooh,
yeah, that way you guys have access to influences through interaction with your humans.
okay.
So what influence do you think your contact would be able to
I
do?
think I would like to go with society for this one.
Okay. Okay. Well, sure. Do we have a name you want to use, or should I just randomly pick a name?
Let's go random.
Random. Okay. All right. Try to. I would write this down just so.
I I have a pen and paper are in hand.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna go with. Let's see. Let's go with Vil. VIL.
I love it.
Shafe. SCHAAF.
All right.
So you contact Vil.
Yeah. So I'll give Vil a call.
Okay. And would he just know you as Derek or?
Yeah, he'd probably know me as Derek.
Okay. Derek, what can I do for you, sir?
Hey, Vil. Hey, not much. Just wanted to catch up, see how things are going. What's if there's anything kind of going on that I may want to keep an ear out for, or should be aware of.
Are you talking about like if there's any haters on uncensored, or what are you trying
Oh
to?
well,
Because always, let me just tell you that always there are always going to be the haters, especially since you're
well,
in a church.
absolutely, and that's part of why I do it. But no, I mean in terms of, well, you know how I like to have my theme nights, keep things kind of like fresh, uh, want to, well, I mean, I want to upset the apple cart as often as I can.
Okay.
Anything going on, that you might think of that I might be able to tap into, like the local zeitgeist of what's going on, like anything hot and fresh that's going on.
I mean, I hate to break your heart here, hun, but you're in Georgia. Not really sure what you're gonna find that's gonna rock the apple cart.
Well, I get that. I know that. I'm down here from Chicago. I mean, I'm but we must do with what we have.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't know.
like,
Isn't it Bulldogs? Aren't like Georgia about the Bulldogs?
oh, I don't know. I mean, go sports ball. Um,
All right.
but 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 seriously, like I mean, I was taking I opened up my phone and there was
All right.
something about a
All right, Derek, you seem to be tiptoeing around something. Get to the point. I've
okay,
got drinks later.
okay. Okay, absolutely. All right. So, did you hear about this theft at the museum?
Oh, yeah, the Egyptian thing. Everybody's talking about that.
Are they?
Yeah, because
Like
it
what?
was like
Like,
a museum that was directly connected to the college, and it's like a piece that doesn't belong to them. So they're like all up in arms because it's this like massive find from the old King Tut dig or whatever the hell. I don't know.
well, it gives me a couple ideas. But it's not even the museums.
No, no, it's a traveling show.
Do we know who? I mean, any way that we might be able to figure out like who actually owns the damn thing?
Maybe. Give me a little bit, and I can probably come up with that.
Hmm. I'm wondering if I can go Egyptian for the night.
You're gonna do the. You're just gonna point a big old freaking like target on you, like because they're gonna be like, "Oh, he's doing a thing because we got robbed. Obviously, he's in charge," and they're already looking for any reason to get you out of town with that rapping club that you have.
Well, I mean, they can try. I can be very persuasive, though. Hmm. Yeah, no,
Um,
fine. If you wouldn't mind finding out like who owns the damn thing, I
hey,
want to
Derek,
see. I want to
Derek,
see how deep that goes. What?
Derek. I already found out who owns it for you. While you're
And
jibber jabbering, I'm on my fucking phone. Okay,
and
so
and that is why I love you.
well, yeah, everybody loves me. Anyway, so the property, it's the actual artifacts and everything are on loan from the Egyptian government specifically, and they're normally kept at the Egyptian Museum in Cairo.
How long were they supposed to be on loan for?
From what I understand, they go from museum to museum for like about a month at a time.
Hmm.
And right before their tenure is up here, smash and grab. Somebody steals the scales of Anubis.
No shit.
Yep. Nothing
Hmm.
else was taken. They did find some, like. Apparently, they found some, like, blood on a comb that
That's
belonged to,
gross.
like, King Tut's sister wife or whatever.
That's
Um,
gross.
but the blood or the sister wife thing, because I'm on ooh on
Well,
both.
I mean, yeah.
All right, so yeah, they found some blood on a comb on sister wife, and then apparently the Egyptian government is all up in arms because they said that the security was not good enough, and they housed everything in like faulty cases where the glass was all old and brittle and easily broken into, and the wires for the security system were cut,
Did,
and yeah, it was just a whole
so
mess.
that's what I was gonna say. Like, how it was something that valuable? Like, how does it get broken out of or
I
broken
have
into?
no idea. I mean, it's
Hmm.
not big. I mean, it's not like they stole a sarcophagus or anything. They didn't like walk out with a whole mummy.
That would be a neat trick.
That would be a neat trick, but I don't suggest it.
No. Hmm. All right.
Anything else?
Not that I can think of right now.
Alrighty.
But Vil, you're a rock star,
Of course I am.
and drinks are on me next time.
Hell yeah.
All right. Love you. Mean it.
Yep. Love you too. Okay.
Mm.
Yay! Fun new NPC. I'm gonna write him down. I like him.
I like him a lot.
All right. So I'm gonna allow you to maul on that and figure out what
Yeah.
the rest of the coterie is up to real quick.
Okay.
All right. So who wants to start? Where's out of curiosity, where's Carter at the moment?
I think Carter's just chilling at home in his haven,
Okay.
mulling over the scales. We didn't do any downtime activities, correct?
No, because this is the next day, the next night.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. So having just been, he's been keeping his eye upward, looking for black phoenix shadow-like things,
Yes.
but otherwise he's kind of amused and happy, and he's going to try and make his way back to the unit. Well, try and make his way back to actually the bar. I think he could use a drink. It's at the Velvet Veil here, or wherever Darby's going to call her bar.
Mm.
Um,
The Velvet
and
Veil. Yeah, I never came up with a name for it, so I mean,
yeah, I just came up with something.
I guess we could friggin'
Well, we did talk about the Baron being a Toreador, and the Velvet Veil sounds pretty nice.
that sounds pretty cool. I will make a note.
Does that sound good? Do you like the Velvet Veil?
Yeah, we can go with that.
Okay, we're gonna go with that.
I just didn't think of. I didn't think of it, so I'll make a note too.
Try and make his way back there just to link up with Darby and grab a drink before the night.
Okay, so you're heading to the local Anarch watering hole.
That's right.
Okay, and I can assume Darby would probably be at work.
Yep.
Okay. And you work, and if just as a reminder, the owner of the Velvet Veil is a Toreador by the name of Savvy, who is the standing Baron.
Yep. Yeah. We immediately probably pissed him off too with this whole thing.
Well, he is
Being cool about
he
it,
is
though.
he is claiming ignorance on the entire thing. He's like, it's very shocking that happened the same night you went, but he's not pointing fingers or anything. However,
I mean,
he does
everyone
love
else
gossip.
seems to know it's us. The feds know it's us. I bet you everyone else in the vampire world knows it's us. So Savvy probably knows it's us too. So basically, Darby is going to she goes to work like normal, but she's sort of keeping one eye on the boss to see if he's there. I mean, oftentimes bosses aren't there.
I'm gonna say Savvy is there on most nights. He
Okay.
holds the closest thing the Anarchs can call to a court at this bar. We're gonna go ahead and say that there's let's just go ahead and say I see it being kind of like like kind of an old fashioned wooden, like pretty much everything's made out of wood. There's wood paneling on the walls, like everything's just a drab brown, but there's also like smoke in the air. There's dartboards off in the corner, central bar, and we'll go ahead and say upstairs where there used to be a restaurant. Like this was like a waiting area back in the day. But upstairs, it's more of the VIP area, and that's like where the kindred can hang out without worrying about humans.
All the upholstery is velvet.
All the upholstery is velvet.
Either
Definitely.
deep blood red, because of course,
Yeah.
or purple.
All the glasses are a stained red, also.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is kind of like a cigar bar, but nobody actually smokes cigars down here. It's more like a whiskey thing. So, what about Cade? Where would he be tonight?
First, Cade would be probably at his location in the Horizon initiatives. Like, I don't know if you'd call it clubhouse, but area.
It's probably kind of like
And
a guild hall kind of situation.
Probably. Within the college grounds in some section. He's actually probably doing some work, some official work to make sure things are going well, like, grading students' papers, work, probably prepping for the next lecture and such. Probably recording it on a old tape recorder.
How would the other staff, like the skeleton crew at night, know that you're here?
Yes, and most of those members would be probably part of the herd as they come and go.
Mm-hmm.
There usually is housekeeping and such, but when I'm working, I would stay private and keep my door locked.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like probably a sign, in, like in office, things like that.
I kind of see, and tell me if I'm wrong on this. I like to make assumptions. I can kind of see one of those VoIP phones on the desk, the ones that have like 8 different lines.
No, everything is a little dated, to say the least, in his office. He's using, old tape recorders, like the little cassette tapes. He has probably a rotary phone, if not old office punch phones with the various lines.
Well,
he has numerous textbooks, some being, published, others being possibly handwritten or such. And he has various knickknacks that could be considered occult in some fashion, or artifacts from various cultures, societies, and time periods.
As you're working, doing what you do, your standard college work, your little rotary phone that has like the little lights on it that light up when like line 2 is calling, line 3 is calling. You'll notice that like your phone specifically is not ringing, but you can see that there's one of the other lines that is going off.
Mm-hmm.
And it goes off, probably rings like 3-4 times. And eventually somebody in the office will pick up.
Okay.
But after about 2 or 3 minutes with that line being open, you are going to get that obnoxious buzzing sound from your old-fashioned phone, and then the voice comes through the crackling the crackling speaker. Professor Blackstone?
Yes?
You have a call on line 2.
Who is it? Did they give a name?
Um, it's Professor Graves.
I see. Very well. I will take it.
All right, and they hang up.
I will take a moment. I will take a deep breath, even though I don't need to. For some reason, I straighten up my attire, even though this is just a
Look
phone
your
call.
best on the phone call.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I will sit down for a moment, kind of like look at the phone, and then I will slowly pick it up. Hello,
Cade.
and how are you this evening?
Oh, I'm fine. I see you're working late. Not surprised.
As I usually do. What, may I ask, is the pleasure of this phone call?
The Horizon Initiative.
Yes.
We were approached.
What do you mean approached? By another group?
Actually, I think they may have been government.
Government?
I want to know what trouble you're getting yourself into, Cade.
I am not getting myself into any trouble, I assure you.
You are unfortunately still connected to this group, which means anything dumb that you do, we get blamed for. What are you doing?
I have not done a thing myself at all. There may be other people that I know have done some things, but I assure you I have not taken part in anything illicit.
So you have nothing to do with what happened at the museum.
No, I do not.
I don't feel like this is over, Cade.
Given what you've just told me, you're most likely right, especially if you say government is involved. Do you know what government? What department?
I don't know. They just looked like feds. They looked
They
like
looked
some
like
kind of
feds.
organization.
Did they give any type of identification, names, branches?
Just the classic business card with no name and phone numbers. They didn't give any idea of branches. They didn't do anything like that. However, they just came off as a highly organized group.
Are you okay?
I'm fine, Cade. However,
Are you
if you are involved in this, you're calling attention to our group.
I assure you, I am not. But I will do my utmost to make sure that any issues at hand that my name might have been involved in will not come back to harm the Horizon Initiative. I promise you that.
Be sure that you do.
I have put too much myself into this as well.
Fine. I'll let you go back to your nighttime activities.
You should get some rest yourself.
Just keep in mind, Cade, we know where you are. And they hang up.
I lean back for a little bit. Think. Do I will ask again. I'm assuming I do, but I want to verify.
Sure.
Would I have Darby's contact number?
Yes. Yeah, we actually covered that last time, I believe.
All right. I will text her. Need to meet.
Okay. Darby gets a text.
Read it. Text back. Where and when?
Where is a? I'm trying to think of a public place in the college. Something that has plenty of people.
Well, there's plenty of places at the college.
Yeah, but is there a
There
park
is
or
the
anything at
main
college?
library.
You know what? That's a good choice. I like that.
There's also
Let's go.
the Founders Memorial Garden.
No. I like the library because it has avenues and corridors in case somebody decides to or is on to us and following us in some fashion.
Okay.
So I will text the address for the local library or the college library, and I will give a row, like a book row, preferably where Edgar Allan Poe's books are.
You.
Oh, I like this.
That's nice.
Did you give her a time?
ASAP.
Working.
Well, you were also
How much
told...
longer till my shift is over?
I was gonna say, Savvy also told you that keeping Cade Blackstone safe was your top priority.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's right.
Mhm.
Savvy was the one that said it. All right, so, I'll go to Savvy and I'll be like, I'll be right over, and I'll go to Savvy. I'll say I need to take off.
Wizard problem?
I go to. What did he say? Wizard problem?
Yeah. Your Baron looks at you and just goes, "Wizard
That is
problems?"
the best code name for that ever.
Does she understands, right?
Oh,
That's what he
you
means?
should, yeah.
Yes. Yes. I have been summoned
Have
by
fun.
the wizard. I will.
Don't get in any trouble.
You too. I'll try not. And off I go.
As you're walking away from Savvy, that's about the time you'll see Christian walk in.
Do we want to bring... I will quickly text back. Is it all right to bring our third? He's here. For Christian's sake.
I will text yes, but be more discreet.
All right, so as he's come, so fine, do that. I'd go around. I don't know. Do you stop, Christian, as I'm headed out the door and you're coming in?
Yes, of course. I stop. I see you. Wave hello.
Okay, then I come and kind of grab your arm, and I turn you and go. We go out, and I go into the
Given our
library.
size,
All right, we're going to the library right now.
given our size disparity, I don't put up much of a fight.
Yeah.
Going to the library
fun
right
to
now.
be
I
the
think that's
fruit.
new code for making out, right?
meet me in the stacks.
Ooh, baby. So yeah, we'll head off to. Well, I don't know. Does Christian have a? How far away is the library from here? Actually, do I need a mode of transportation? I could put him on my bike and I could drive over there, but that probably wouldn't be.
I think we said. I believe we said that the bar that you worked off is off of Florida Avenue, which is not too far from the university grounds specifically. It is probably still a bit of a travel. I would definitely not walk.
Oh, okay. You have a car?
No, traveling rather light these days.
Oh boy. All right, so I have a bike. Fine, you're coming on my pride and joy.
Yay, Christian Carter gets to ride, bitch.
Yeah, because I'm the one driving.
Is Carter carrying his cargo with him?
No, he's left that safely back at his haven.
Okay.
Did I name my bike?
Betsy.
No. I don't know, maybe I didn't name it.
I kind of see Darby having a motorcycle named Black Betty. I don't know why.
Black
Oh my god,
Betty?
I was actually thinking Betty.
Just right after the song.
Everybody's got like Betty. I mean,
That's kind of amazing.
fine.
Oh no. She should call it Betty White.
Oh my god.
No.
The opposite of Black Betty.
Black Betty. Okay, that works. She got it in better times. But I'm adding a note.
So you're forcing Carter onto the back of your bike. and you're heading over to the library.
I'm not forcing, okay? That's not really my style, but I kind of bring him over the bike. I'm like,
I mean,
get
Carol,
on.
looking at your character, forcing is kind of really just your style.
Okay.
Yeah. There is.
Card is very simple. It is what it is. I don't see how I'm getting there otherwise. So.
Yeah. It's a fast way to go.
Exactly. It is what it is. So
All right.
I do have a second helmet.
So
it just isn't quite as cool looking as my helmet. Which sure it'll be black, but it's got all these swirls and patterns and let's see what's on there. Black Betty. I'm gonna put because horses, associated with motorcycles, it's not just gonna be like a head of a horse.
You wear a horse-shaped helmet?
No.
Okay.
No. Just paint it on the side.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure that the helmet wasn't shaped like a horse's head.
No, think of like the 80, like an 80s van that had the airbrush, that sort of thing.
There must be a wizard on it. There has to be a wizard on it then.
Perfect.
Okay, fine. There'll be a wizard. There could be a wizard on the other side.
A black unicorn.
There's going to be
It's a wizard in a bikini riding a black unicorn. That's what's on.
Yes.
Anyway,
that is so perfect. Yes.
It is still an old man wizard with the long flowing beard, but he's in a bikini and he's riding a black unicorn.
No. It could be a female wizard.
I just thought it was funny.
Sure.
All right,
Why not?
so you head off into.
I want that. That would not.
So you head off into the night, towards the library.
Oh my god.
What is?
Make a note about that too.
What's Derek up to now that you've had a chance to process for a little while?
I think I would probably. I think since it's something has kind of like started to get into my own domain. I'd probably want to see if I can get in touch with other kindred to see if I can find out what might be going on. I might be looking to have a conversation with the Baron.
Okay. You would know after being there for a year, that the Baron, who is a member of Clan Toreador, named Savvy, typically holds his quote unquote court at the Velvet Veil, which is an anarch club not too far away, actually, from your establishment. If you are in like north of the university,
yeah, that's where I'm looking.
Let's see. You're probably only a few miles away because it's over on Florida Avenue.
Okay. Great. So I will hop into my my little Mini Cooper and
nice.
And drive over.
Okay. So you arrive at the Velvet Veil, which is an interesting place because outside it looks like a goth club, but when you walk inside, it looks like old money cigar bar kind of thing. There's lots of red velvet chairs that look like they should be like large, puffy, like leather armchairs, but they've been like redone. This looks like a whiskey bar that has been redone in a goth style. We can put it that way.
Love it. Love it.
And since you've been here for a year, I'm going to go ahead and let you know that the kindred typically meet upstairs.
Okay. Yeah, so I suppose I will make my way through the bar and head over towards the entranceway to the upstairs.
Okay. It's a very discreet staircase that leads upstairs. And at the very top, there's a small landing that has a guy kind of just sitting at like a lectern, but like on a bar stool at the same time, and he's just texting. It looks like he's just playing on his phone. He's
Okay.
dressed in all black. He's wearing a stereotypical black T-shirt that says "security" across it.
Sure.
And he's just he doesn't even seem to be paying attention to you when you walk up.
Okay. Well, I will acknowledge him and say, I'm here to see Savvy.
Are you expected?
I'm not.
He doesn't even look up from his phone. He's like, "Are you expected?"
I'm not.
All right, give me a second. And he finishes up what he's doing, puts his phone away, and then walks into the door that's behind his little area, leaving you there for a couple of minutes. This area is really interesting because they haven't done anything to change it. It's just wood paneled walls, old stained carpet on the floors, very tight place, and there's even a glass framed menu board that hasn't been changed since like this place was a restaurant up here.
Amazing.
It's stained, it's old, but like it kind of gives a little bit of sense of nostalgia to the area. Truthfully, the way that I see this is the bar itself is shaped like Cheers.
Okay. Yep.
And
Yep.
you know how there's that staircase in the back that leads up to the restaurant?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
exactly how I plan. That's exactly how I see
Perfect.
this place.
Oh my God! So
Perfect.
wait, you've literally put a Boston bar in Athens, Georgia.
Yes, I did. Because it's my world.
We like that because
Yeah,
that's
we the two of us are from this area.
Yeah.
like that
It's
very much.
our Athens.
It's our
Yeah,
hour,
right.
exactly.
What
So,
happens when the Bostonians take over?
so after a couple of seconds, what I was going to say is above the door, however, and this is the only thing that doesn't fit in the original aesthetic that they've allowed to pretty much just let go in this stairwell, is a pink and purple neon sign that's plugged into the wall that just says private.
Got it.
That's all it is. After a couple seconds, that guy will come back out.
Okay.
And he just kind of opens the door, looks over at you, and gestures with his head. He just kind of nods for you to come in.
Okay. So I'll enter and make my way over. Do I see him or?
You can see him when you walk in. This area is it's still set up as the restaurant. It's nicer than down I don't want to say nicer, it's just a different style than upstairs. It's still pretty much the restaurant. You can see across the room where there was like a stage for live entertainment, like a smaller, like maybe like a 3-person band and a singer would be up there. There's a jukebox on the other side. There's a bar. There's a few tables. And there's booths built into the wall. And there's probably about a dozen or so kindred in here, but you can definitely find Savvy. He stands out. You're pretty sure he utilizes presence constantly. Like it's makeup for him, you know?
Right.
It's this is what I put on before I go out. And he'll be there. He's wearing a massively out of date shirt that he finds is just it's the shit to him. Like you can tell he's rocking it, and it looks like he thought it was cool in the 90s and he doesn't want to stop wearing it. It's one of those like metallic designs with like the flames and the dragons and stuff.
Oh, amazing. Yep.
Yeah, but it's like black with silver but blue outlining.
God, are you saying Darby and him have the same aesthetic?
Yeah, pretty much. That's why he likes you so much.
That explains a few things.
The shirt is only buttoned. The shirt is only buttoned at like the navel area by one button. Other than that, it's just kind of open. He's a jewelry person. He's got like a ring on every finger. Several necklaces on. Specifically, he likes to wear crucifixes. He thinks it's edgy. And he's definitely wearing product in his hair to make him look like he's not wearing product in his hair.
Got it.
Like that overly messy, I just woke out of bed, but I actually took like 3 hours to do this. Um, yeah. But yeah, you'll see him and he's just kind of chatting with some people, but when you walk in, he'll send them away and kind of just like wave you over.
Okay. All right. So, well, knowing all of that, on my way over, Derek would have removed his tie, would have rolled up his sleeves as high up on his arms as he can, and would have unbuttoned the shirt just a little bit.
Okay.
So he'll walk up, um, and would I know him to just be addressed by his moniker, or is he the type who likes to be addressed by his title?
He is 100% happy with you just calling him Savvy.
Perfect.
He doesn't want to make people feel
Uh,
oppressed unless he has orders to give.
Got it. Perfect. All right. So I will approach and nod to him. Thanks for agreeing to meet with me.
More than happy to see you, Mr. Temple. How can I help you tonight?
Well, it might be how I could help you.
Oh, do tell. And he'll lean forward in his chair. He's excited now.
I just wanted to give you a heads up. You might be receiving visitors.
Oh?
Well, I had some. Uh, Three gentlemen looking very, very identical to each other.
Okay.
Seemed very, very seemed very, very interested in a certain artifact going missing at the museum.
Uh-huh. He instantly takes a more serious stance. He's no longer leaning. He sits back up. All right. What do they want?
Well, they want the item back, but
They want the
they
item
seemed
back? Was this like museum security or something?
no. This is more representing a shady organization that owns said item.
Okay. Interesting. Any idea who this
So,
shady group might be?
um, I'm not going to present the card. But I will volunteer that from what I understand, they have ties to the Egyptian government in Cairo.
What? You're serious? You are serious.
This has, as far I hear Cairo, I see Egyptian artifact. I think Setites. I think ministry.
Well, I mean, I can reach out and talk to some ministry. You do understand that they are officially part of our organization now, right?
Well, I understand that they're official, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't piss somebody off.
Oh, no, absolutely. I wonder. I don't know. Do you really think that they would have ties in with the government?
His eyes are going to narrow a little bit.
I'm going
Why
to take that
wouldn't
as a
they?
yes. All right.
Have you met a Setite?
I have met the ministry. They prefer ministry now.
Apologies.
They've rebranded.
Yes, they have.
And they're bothering you. Why do they bother you?
I don't know.
Do you? Okay, I have an off the wall
suppose
question for you. Do you think
Sure.
that for some reason the Egyptian government knows about us?
About us specifically?
Why would they go to you if they didn't think that you might have some ties with something that might involve us?
I should say that they were also a rather pale complexion.
Were they kindred?
I don't know that, but I strongly believe.
How's your club doing, Derek?
Look, all it's doing rather well. I'd prefer it to continue to do rather well. And when people are poking their noses around, especially in sensitive areas,
Mm-hmm.
or wanting to get into the back, all I'm saying is that there's a pot has been stirred, and I really don't want it to upset my business, and I'm just giving you a heads up just so that it doesn't stir up anything else.
Savvy's gonna look around to see who may be listening. Can I talk to you in my office, Mr. Temple?
Of course.
He's gonna get up and walk back into the kitchen of this restaurant, which is completely
Okay.
decommissioned at this point. It's just pretty much storage space at this point.
Mhm.
And he's going to walk past the ovens that are no longer in use, the flat top that's no longer in use, the stainless steel tables that are stacked high with boxes of random things. And he goes into a small office that would have been like for the kitchen manager.
Mhm.
And this place is done up. He's done a lot with such a small area to work with. Uh, it's got uh, it's got a laptop sitting on a really nice wooden desk. Um, he's got '80s band posters all over the walls,
Oh, fantastic.
which are just like taped over on top of each other, like they overlap. You can't even see any bare wall. Which is
Mm.
funny because like you can see like an OSHA like poster popping out of one corner. Like he didn't even bother to take anything off of the walls before he started hanging things up. And he's like, "Have a seat."
I do.
I have a question for you, and I don't want you to take it personally. Although I'm not really sure how you cannot. Do you? I'm really just trying not to piss you off here, but be completely blunt. Do you have a history with the Sword of Cain?
I don't.
So you were able to bypass all of that nonsense.
You mean my lineage?
To be crude about it, yes, your lineage.
My clan is often misunderstood. We are more than just the fiends and monsters
He looks like he's getting
of the sword.
defensive. As you're talking, he looks like he's getting defensive. He puts his arms up, he's shaking his head. He's like, "Look, I'm not at all trying to like stereotype you or profile you or anything like that. That is not what the movement's about. I was just wondering if you ever dealt with them in the past and how you felt about the way they control their soldiers.
I've never interacted with them.
Okay. Well,
My sire was more of an independent.
well, you're lucky. And Savvy's gonna put his arm out on his desk, like rest the back of his hand on the desk, and he rolls up his sleeve a little bit, and there's this like, it looks fresh, like it looks soft, it looks pliable. Have you ever seen what happens when somebody like gets a fresh burn and it bubbles up?
Yes.
He puts his arm out and he rolls up his sleeve, and there's a small, maybe about 2-3 inch in length, Sabbat symbol burned into his arm. They're not good people.
I will
And
agree with that.
they use a thing. They pass a cup around. Kind of a drink the Kool-Aid moment, if you will. And
I've heard.
they say it breaks blood bonds. But much like a rose, a blood bond of any other name is still a fucking blood bond. I have a vested interest in this situation. I understand you're trying to move up in the world. Am I right about that?
I am.
How are you... How are you with working with Tremere?
Can't say that I've necessarily had much interaction with them. They intrigue me. Probably will frustrate me.
Would you like to meet one?
I like to meet lots of people.
I have a friend, we'll just put it that way, who's working on a project. And I find that as much help as he possibly can, primarily, especially if this organization is looking for him, I'd like to keep him safe. I understand
Go
that
on.
you're running a business. I understand that that takes a lot. A club is hard, especially a club with you, like yours. You've got to have people banging on your door trying to shut you down 24/7.
Oh, that's part of the fun.
Yeah, I imagine you would think so.
Well, think about it. Every complaint, every letter to the editor, every post on Facebook that decries my establishment as a public nuisance just attracts more.
All right.
Like you said, it's all about branding.
It is. How would you like to get added to the payroll?
I do love to receive a paycheck. What would I have to do?
Well, like I said, I have a friend who's working on a project, and it seems like with the attention that he's garnering, he might need some assistance. Maybe security. Or I really don't know what he's going to need, to be honest, with everything that's going on. Maybe somebody who can keep his eye on the road, make sure he's doing what he's supposed to be doing.
I think I can assist with that.
Let's give him a
I
call
like
real
it when
quick.
people fall in line.
So do I. And he's going to pull his phone out of his pocket. It's like the latest, the thinnest, the most breakable phone he could possibly have. It's almost just a sheet of glass, really. And he is gonna push a couple buttons, put it on speaker, and set it on the desk. And with
Derek will make a mental note of the Sabat symbol branded into Savvy's arm.
yeah, he keeps it under the sleeve for the most part. But yeah, he
Oh,
has it under.
yes, yep.
So in the stacks of the library, Cade's phone is going to ring.
So it is obviously set to vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
And I look at it. I will activate Blush of Life so I can answer it.
Good job. You want to do a rouse check for me?
Yep.
All right. So, yeah, there's a number on your phone. I don't know if you've ever actually spoken with the Baron over phone. It's
I
probably
have probably not over the phone.
yeah. So there's going to be an unknown number that pops up.
In a quiet tone.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cade, Mr. Blackstone. It's Savvy.
Yes. How may I help you?
I was wondering, how's Darby working out?
So Cade suddenly gets a little nervous given what he's waiting to hear from Darby and about the subject. Like, she seems to be fine. Nothing to complain about so far.
No, that's great. I have the utmost confidence in Darby. She's capable and a hell of a lot smarter than she puts off a lot of the time.
I agree with that.
I feel like she does that on purpose. I think I might have someone else who can help with your project if you're willing to open up to another assistant, I guess. He looks over at Savvy looks over towards Derek, and when he says assistant, he just kind of makes this face like, I am sorry I called you that. But
Derek just shrugs.
I am always welcome for some more assistance in dealing with this predicament and conundrum, of course.
are you
May I
aware?
ask what they would be bringing to the table?
Numbers and interesting talents in your situation. Are you aware that there's another organization who might be interested in something that you're involved in? No one's come to me.
Yes.
Don't worry about that.
I am. I have been notified, and I am meeting with Darby and another individual, the main perpetrator of the issue at hand, to discuss what actions we shall take. 'Cause
Were you
I do
roped
not
in
wish it to
something?
affect me.
Cade, were you roped into something?
Roped, not I. Let's just say bad timing
Uh-huh.
puts me in the line of fire.
Oh. Okay.
Although I will admit, I do have an interest in the outcome of what might be discovered.
Does this situation that you found yourself in involve the project that you are working on?
I do not know at this time if it can help or not help. The
Hmm.
problem is the various avenues that could assist me are unknown to me right now, other than basic research. I am a little limited, so at this point, anything that might have potential applications is a, well, worthwhile method of exploring.
So you wouldn't have any negative thoughts to another set of hands.
No, although I wouldn't mind a little assistance figuring out who the heck is looking at us.
Well, this is a person who has had first-hand contact with them.
That's very good. I also know someone who's had first-hand contact with them. Someone that I'm acquainted with,
That sounds ominous.
and I'm not very pleased that they approached the individual.
All right. Where are you, and can I send this new ally?
Have him meet me in front of the library in the college. I will be out in a little while. I'd like to discuss certain things with the other individuals involved prior and let them know about what was this person's name? How can I identify them?
His name is Derek Temple.
Derek Temple. Okay. Any form of description?
Do you want to? What would Savvy say about your character? What would he say about Derek?
That's a really good question.
It's a blank canvas.
I mean, he's short, stocky, and he'd either say that he's well dressed or like kind of resembles a cartoon brought to life.
Okay.
like racy, uh,
Mm.
vaguely inappropriate.
Betty Boop.
Yeah, but like the modern versions
Okay.
of yeah.
Okay. So he's going to give you a vague description that's well enough for you to be able to identify at least.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I will send him on over in a few minutes. You said at the library? I'm assuming you mean the college
Yes,
library.
please. Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. And yeah, he will hang up the phone. So, Derek.
College library.
Yes.
Yes.
The main college library, which is not too far from here, just a few miles to the east. I'm sure you've seen it. You've been around long enough.
I have.
Okay.
So this Tremere,
Mm-hmm.
what is he supposed to be doing?
The Tremere have an interesting situation happening with them right now, clan-wide, from what I understand. Some of their experiments, or possibly something that happened involving their clan over the last couple of years, has made it so that their blood seems to be less potent than the rest of ours.
That's terrible.
It's terrible until you take into consideration that it has a strange and very useful effect on the bond.
Mm.
Cade's doing his best to find out how to harness that, to make it so that none of us have to worry about being bound again.
Oh.
So as you can see, his work is very important, and I want him to succeed. Do you think you can help him with that?
I'll do my best.
All right. Well, if this whole thing goes well, I can definitely see some good things happening for you involving your place in the movement.
Excellent. I'd more than happy to help and assist where I can.
Good. Darby is pretty good muscle. She belongs to Clan Bruja. Cade is good at what he does, research-wise, and I'm not really sure who this third person is, so we might want to keep an eye on him. All right, so I guess
I will.
the University Library. Have fun.
Excellent. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Okay, so
Right.
over.
So at which point,
Go
yep.
ahead.
So I'll begin to head over in that direction.
All right, sounds good. So at the library, we'll go ahead and say that Carter and Darby can show up.
Okay, we go to the stacks, find the place where we
You find
agreed to meet,
the Poe section.
the post section. Nevermore.
All right. So Cade, you see your
Yeah,
two
yeah,
compatriots
boss.
showing up.
Oh,
Cade will
okay.
be browsing one of the books on Poe's collection
Hey, you
as he
boss.
waits for them. When they appear, he will look around, and he's like looking around and listening to see how many other people might be nearby.
Is Cade feeling a little paranoid?
Yes, as was evident in the last session too.
Yeah. Do you think it's as bad as it was in the last session?
No, admittedly, Cade's a bit more upset in this case instead.
Okay.
More annoyed with the whole thing.
Okay. So Darby and Carter walk in and find a very distressed Cade in the stacks.
So he will if there's no one else visibly or in clear earshot, he will kind of close the book a little hard, making that thump sound
Hey, you
as he looks at them.
boss. What's up?
He will then put the book away. We have a problem.
We do?
Yes.
Do tell.
What is the problem? What is this problem?
It appears, and he will get like close to them, so he's not being too loud. You know, he'll like stare up at Darby and look at Carter. There are individuals, I don't know who they are inquiring about the item in question.
How do
They
we know
have
this?
contacted someone personal to me. They deemed it suitable enough to contact me about it. I
And
am
who are
not
these
pleased
individuals?
by this at all. I do not know. The only description I got was they appeared official in government.
Which
There was
government?
more than one. Could not tell you.
Oh.
Oh boy.
This worries
Do they
me
know
to no
about
effect.
you?
Given that the individual called me, I'm assuming they were inquiring about me.
So what are we doing about it?
That is a very
What
good
do you want to
question.
do?
Cade looks at Carter. Have you made any breakthroughs since last night?
No. I've left the device quiet for the time being.
I think it's time we potentially up the experimentation then to find out exactly what's going on before this causes any more problems. At least maybe we can get some worth out of it this way. Now, something else just came up a moment ago. It appears that our illustrious Baron feels the need for more protection after some fashion. We are going to be
Whoa.
meeting somebody outside the library. They will be assisting us. I don't know who this person is, but I believe the Baron would not steer us wrong as long as he is not trying to, how should I put it, make us scapegoats.
Do you get the feeling we've just been given a babysitter?
No, or if we bit
Cade
off.
looks at Darby for a moment.
Uh,
Added, maybe?
do you think maybe he thinks maybe we bit off something more than we can chew?
Potentially.
What the frick
Which, to
did
be
we
honest, I'm
do?
believing that too.
What did we do?
This is why I was against taking it in the first place, but what's done is done.
I just
All I
kind of
can-
shoot Christian. I'm sorry, just shoot Carter a look.
All I can hope for is that this will have bear some benefit before.
What's done is
Takes over
done,
the
but now that we have it, you're just as excited as I am to see what it can do.
I'm excited to see if it has any applications to what I wish to gain.
What is that? Because I don't think actually. Remind me, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't really know what.
No, you know, I've been cagey about it.
Right?
Yes, I've been cagey
Yep.
about it.
Well, Tulsa did Savvy say anything? I don't think so.
Not
No.
specifically, no.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
Okay, so I don't know. And what is that? Maybe it's
something
time you
important.
tell me what you're up to.
Not here. Not here.
Okay,
Maybe
fair.
later. I'm still very
All
wary
right,
about
Professor,
who
you can
knows.
hold on to your secrets for the time being.
Just fair.
Yes, and we must
But,
crack the secret of this scale if we're going to.
If we are going to do some more experimentation, perhaps we should start thinking about where to acquire a heart.
Cade looks around once again now that the conversation is starting to get into terminology that's a bit more direct. You are right. I don't want it to lean on anybody, including myself especially. And I don't want anybody tied to me either. We need to find some way of acquiring one that's not going to be too dubious or noticeable.
Oh, and perhaps that'll be my job to go back to the graveyard and find
Ironically, I was
someone.
just thinking the same thing. Frankenstein the heck out of this, yes.
Yeah,
that sounds weird.
it's not my personal favorite thing to do, but I'm not against it either.
Anyways.
Okay, so I'm not gonna have to go dig up a corpse.
Shh.
You might still. I'll need help.
Cade quiets her down. Shush.
Oh, sorry. Sorry,
Library, by the way.
boss.
Let's go meet this person and see what assistance they can bring.
After
Okay.
you.
That if we get too many more, though, I'm afraid it's going to start garnering more attention as we traps about.
I'm gonna salute you, and
Cade looks at her a little funny. What are you doing?
let's go, boss. You're my boss. You feel like you're the boss.
Carter just mimes her and does the same salute. Carter just mimes her and does the same salute. Just
Darby does kind of smile at that.
These are the times. These are the times I wish the pyramid was still around.
Let's go.
Cade will head out to the front of the library.
Given the fact that it's not that far of a travel distance, I could go ahead and say that Derek is waiting outside if that's what Derek would have done.
Yeah, I probably would have, like, not knowing exactly where he's meeting these people.
Okay. Then, no, Cade, you got a basic description of who you would be meeting, and there is someone standing outside.
Cade will once again straighten up his sweater vest, make sure his hair is okay. With cane in hand, he
We
will.
need to be presentable, so I actually start, straightening my hair out too. Helmet hair,
Trot down as if everything's perfectly fine. He's coming out of the library. He's in and out of that library all the time doing research, anyways. And he will walk towards the individual and announce in a nonchalant but friendly tone, "Mr. Temple, I presume."
Yes, and you are.
Yes, I am Cade Blackstone. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he will offer his hand for a shake.
Very nice to meet you. Derek is about 5'8", but ridiculously.
Shithouse.
Yeah, he's ridiculously built, like to the point where it's like cartoonish. He has blue eyes, kind of dusky skin. He's of mixed heritage, and he's wearing a white button-down shirt. The sleeves are rolled up as high as he can get them, and he has a distinctive pair of in this case like black suspenders, leather suspenders that are over top of that.
So Cade Blackstone is a academic appearing individual. Depending on which image we go, he either has a fantastic mustache or doesn't, or a nice beard. And he's about 5'6", 5'7", maybe. His age is a little hard to gauge. He looks a little like middle-aged, but he has distinguished graying hair, so he looks a little older than that per se. He carries a cane with a black stone on the top of it, possibly obsidian. He wears nice khakis, loafers, and he sports a fantastic sweater vest.
It's very nice to meet you, Mr. Blackstone. Looks over, and you must be Darby.
Wherever give me that idea? You know my name?
Well, the Baron did say that you were assisting Mr. Blackstone.
Oh, right. So you see, she's way taller than you. She's at least like 6 feet. I thought I had a size on here, but I don't. She's over 6 feet tall. She is built like she's built like an MMA fighter.
Awesome.
All muscle and definitely big biceps. Crazy dyed hair. Kind of ball punk. Tattoos and such. I do have Bond Neat? Is that the thing? So she can have tattoos and piercings, tattoos. She's wearing a leather jacket and holding a motorcycle helmet with a black motorcycle. Oh, I can't do this with a straight face now. A black motorcycle with a black unicorn with a female wizard in a bikini riding on it, airbrushed.
Phenomenal.
With light purple, because I gotta throw some purple in there, white purple swirls and patterns and such around it.
Need to figure out a way to make this come up every session.
Right.
What, the helmet? Oh, no. No, I mean, and you know what? Her motorcycle's gonna have similar motifs and such.
We'll just get all four of
on
you
it as well.
We'll just get all four of you on that motorcycle at some point. No sidecar. No sidecar. Just
come on.
no sidecar.
No,
just stacked.
what are you? You're turning my friggin' motorcycle into a clown car.
I'm
Come
kidding.
on.
And here I am without Cat's grace.
Right?
See,
I have it.
Carol, what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to gain like you're gonna have to put points in drive and like somehow gain like some badass like muscle car as well.
I do already have 2 points in drive. I guess we
there
can
you go.
try to keep going. But I do have multiple points because I want
You
to
gotta get
be
yourself
good
like a
at
badass muscle car.
well, maybe someday, but I gotta save the money. I'm not too rich right now. I don't think. I think I
So
have 2 points. Well, maybe I have 2 points in resources.
and he will then Cade will look over at Carter and say, and this is our acquaintance Carter.
Pleasure to meet you, sir.
Nice to
Carter
meet you as
Ashford.
well.
now I would like to
So
point.
Carter presents very.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead and do your description.
Oh yeah, no. Carter presents very simply compared to Cade and Darby. 5'10", moderate build, a little bit athletic, but nothing remarkable. Bald head, very sort of benign, plain features.
One thing that I would like to also say for Derek is that everything was very blurry, sketchy, not very good quality, but those photos that you saw are definitely these 3 people.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Yeah, I assumed you assumed, but I wanted to go ahead and
Yeah.
get that out of the
No,
way.
I appreciate you clarifying that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Carter. I was told that there was another associate that I might be meeting, but the Baron didn't provide me any details.
The Baron and I haven't really spent much time together.
Yes, at a game, I think he was talking about Carter.
Yeah, it's him. It's him right here. He's the one that wasn't really part of our group to begin with.
Yeah.
So I do not know exactly what you and the Baron spoke about. And when he says Baron, he gets quieter as to not announce it too loudly.
Yeah, there's like
but I do
some
know-
students that are coming and going from the library, but it's not like heavy traffic.
Yeah. So it's like, if everyone prefers, we can find a quieter and more isolated place to discuss business.
Well, that'd probably be a good idea.
And
Agreed.
yeah, Kate will probably lead them to some study hall that's a bit out of the way, probably not frequented that much.
Okay. There is a... Like, are you talking about staying in the library or moving on somewhere else?
No, moving on to like another building, like one of the other facility buildings or whatnot. Maybe one of the actual classrooms.
Okay. There is an academic building just south of the library called LeConte Hall, and that is a place that you definitely could go into. It's primarily, let's see, just trying to get details about it. Let's see. Yeah, no, you can definitely do that. They have open study rooms in that hall.
So Cade will find one that is clearly not occupied, and preferably one that has no occupants adjacent or within the same hallway.
Okay. As you guys are traveling, can I get a wits and awareness from everybody as you're traveling from building to building?
Been waiting for those.
Certainly.
Sure.
Can I activate Eyes of the Beast as I do this?
You definitely can activate Eyes of the Beast if you want to do that. This is the way that I run Eyes of the Beast.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like the idea that it like produces light and like basically makes it like look like you have like laser pointers shoved in your head.
Yes.
I don't know. I kind of like that. I do kind of like that personally, but that's fine.
The way that I do it is that your eyes, effectively what happens is blood washes over your eyes so they get a red sheen, and they catch whatever light is in the area. So you're not producing light, but it does give off a bright shine to people.
Got it.
So everybody around you, the other characters, can definitely see that you've activated that. I just like to let people know that you're not walking around with like mag lights in your eyes.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
So let's see.
The ultra bright headlights.
I believe. Let's see. What was it, Cade? You got two successes. So yeah, you really don't notice much that's going on. Let's see, Darby. You got 4, 5, 6 successes.
Yeah.
Let's see, and it's a messy critical.
Yeah. We're gonna say it wouldn't matter. I'd let it roll anyways. I wouldn't reroll that. More interesting that way.
Carter gets 3 successes.
No, wait, Carter got 3.
That's right.
More than that.
You got 10s.
Yeah.
He got
So you got 5 successes, and let's see, Derek got also a messy
5.
critical. So basically, what's going to happen here is, Carter, you're going to notice that there are a couple of black sedans that are parked precariously around, just like in the right areas. There's some people who are walking around the area outside the library who are wearing suits, shaved heads, and they seem to be in a very, let's say, they seem to be in formation. We'll put it that way. You're going to notice that. Now, the other two, Derek and Darby,
Yes, sir.
when you notice, now luckily this wasn't an attack roll. This was noticing something. So
but it's going to probably lead to attack rolls.
Well, what's going to end up happening is your beast does come to the surface, and they're probably going to be like, I would say Cade and Carter would notice definitely like an instant growling out of the two. Probably especially the one who suddenly has Eyes of the Beast active. But what's going to end up happening with you two is I need you both to roll me your composure and your resolve.
Okay, at least resolve salvages this. Jesus. All right, so that's 4. And by the way, include the hunger?
Yes, include hunger.
Same roll.
I'm excited for this roll.
Of course you are. You're not involved. You get to watch other people get screwed.
Oh, who says we're not going to take them all down with us?
Ooh.
That thankfully no 10s.
Did you get another messy?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was looking at
neither one of us.
No, I was looking at Derek's top roll.
But I do believe
that's
that's 3. I believe in my case, though, that's 3 successes.
Yeah, you
I
did
mean,
very well.
it might be a
6 is a success,
Can
right?
he roll willpower?
You are allowed to re-roll willpower if you want to.
So
for Derek.
I will do that.
You just go ahead and burn, or you just go ahead and take a superficial on the willpower and re-roll 3 standard. Yeah.
Perfect.
Because that is in fact a bestial failure.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, much better.
Okay.
That's better.
You got 3
That's
more.
much better.
Okay. So what is going to end up happening here is you're going to realize, the two of you, Darby and Derek, both realize that you are surrounded. Derek especially, you've had one-on-one contact with these individuals already, and you've already said that you don't know them.
Which I didn't at the time.
Which you didn't at the time, but it definitely doesn't look good.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Oh, does that mean I jumped to the conclusion that maybe he led them here?
That is a very good point. Because what's happening is both Darby and Derek are going to gain paranoia.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
So,
I do love that one.
so yes, you're both suffering from the paranoia compulsion.
God damn you and your damn compulsions.
I love the compulsions. So, what exactly are you all going to do? They don't seem to be moving in. But,
All right, so how have you got to deal with the compulsion?
I'm looking at Darby and I just asked her, you still up for punching people?
I think that would help my paranoia, wouldn't it? Confronting them?
I kind of like your idea of thinking that Derek led them there.
You're a dick.
It's your idea.
It makes true. It was your idea, Carol. You need to suffer with it now.
Because I do think of this shit.
Yeah.
I will.
It makes sense.
It does.
It was either going to go it was either one of two things, and both are equally bad. One is I accuse Derek. The other is I just could jump off the bike. I just I can't jump off the bike. I'm driving it. I turn around and drive it right at the
You're
front
not on a bike. You're standing.
Yeah, on the bike.
Oh, that's right. We're not there. Oh, okay. I thought we were headed back.
You are, however, there are, like I said.
That's right. We're walking. Oh no, then I would turn around and go at them. There was just two thoughts, and I think either one of them would end up really badly. So
there are random students around. Just to keep that in mind.
Would Kate have noticed this at this point? Or am I still oblivious?
I think you would notice Darby and Derek suddenly being on edge.
And Cade will basically just look like, what's going on?
Fine. I'm gonna roll with option A. I'm gonna look right at Derek like, you led them here. But my job is to protect him, so I'm gonna put myself between Cade and them. And I'm going to be like practically growling at them. At the enemies. I'll be growling a bit at Derek too.
Cade will just put his hands on Darby and says, we should all enter the building.
But
we don't want to make a scene.
That's right there!
We don't want to make a scene, Darby.
They already know that we're here.
Let's get them in the building then.
Do I feel like in my mind that it's a better...
Cade is going to be moving towards the building at this point. He's not going to just stand out there.
Like back up into the library?
How are we closer to the library or the administration building?
I would say you're closer to the library. Because you would have noticed this right as you guys were starting to head over.
Are we cut off from the administration building?
No. You could definitely make it.
He's gonna.
There's a small walking path that you would have to get across, and that's it.
Lead the way.
Let's go back to the library.
So, as I said, I'm going to keep myself between them and him, and I'm going to be kind of growling at Derek the whole time. Unfortunately, they're the threat, not... Well, actually, no. I'm going to look at Derek and like, are you working for them?
Cade, are you fucking serious?
I don't know. How convenient they were here when you're the new guy.
Cade will actually look at... I want to say Jay. Temple and just say, she has a valid point, but I will give you the benefit of the doubt since the Baron spoke on his behalf. Let us just get to the library.
Get his face. I'm doing this as we're walking. I mean, we are walking. And I'm doing this as I'm walking, growing. And basically, I'll sort of get up in his face and kind of growl a little bit and back off.
Do we see these individuals closing in as we head towards the library?
No, they don't seem to be closing in. Tell you what I will do is I will roll a dice and see if they have taken on that you are all in a not a good frame of mind.
Okay.
But I'm just going to roll one.
Mostly, I'm wondering if they've actually noticed us.
They do not seem to be closing in. They don't seem to have noticed you yet.
Okay, excellent. Let us go.
We should have headed for the administration building,
Yeah, Carter's following Cade.
but we're following you.
We might have been noticed at that point.
What are we gonna do?
Once we're in the library, so I'm gonna take a educated guess and say I'm fairly familiar with this library.
Okay. I would assume so since you work with the college.
So let's see. How old is this library? How new is it? Let's look at the photos. Where is the library?
Can I ask how many we noticed?
Like how many people?
Yeah, how many of these suited and booted dudes?
Let's see.
And how many cars in case there's...
That's what I'm checking. You notice 3 cars.
Yeah.
A lot.
And you only notice 2 on foot. They could be with
2
the
on
cars. Yeah.
Oh, so there's definitely probably more in... Well, there's only 2 on foot. So there's definitely going to be at least 1 more in a car. And I'll bet you
found
it's
it.
more than that.
Oh, this is excellent. This is excellent. All right. So I found the main library, which is
Which was built in 1832.
it's got a parking lot, and then it's got South Jackson Street, and then it's got a cemetery.
Ooh.
It's also got a couple of adjacent buildings that aren't terribly far.
It does have a cemetery. What the hell,
It
college?
does. I love it. I like this place more and more the more I look at it.
It's a very interesting college.
See, this is why I love looking
Carter's
at
going to
Salem.
feel comfortable escaping to the cemetery.
This is why I love Salem, because just looking at the geography just makes it. I love Salem more and more as I look at it.
Well, this is
I'd be so
this is-
mad if I lose my bike.
This is Athens.
That's why I make a pilgrimage
Athens.
every year.
Is Carter running to the cemetery? Is that what I heard?
No. I'm following Cade.
First, we'll go to the library. Library is pretty big. It looks like.
Okay.
Safety in
it's-
numbers.
Not
It is
tiny
a big
anything.
library. So you guys all go back into the library.
Yeah, I need to be somewhere safe.
1 second. I need to get a better version of this. Trying to change views because I can't tell. I'm assuming there's a second floor in this library.
Yes.
So I'm going to lead everyone up to the second floor, and then I'm going to start looking out the various windows to see if I can spot other individuals or see if there's any gaps or holes, or if they're surrounding the library, or if they're just positioned variously throughout the college.
Hmm.
I'm going to look to see if they noticed my bike. Presuming it's out front. I'd be really pissed off if I lose that bike.
I think you're okay.
Carter's going to activate Sense the Unseen to see if any of those jerks are sneaking around.
Go ahead and roll a wits and awareness while you have Sense of the Unseen open.
Yep.
Let's see. Does this library
1, 2, 3 successes.
3 successes? You're gonna notice that there are things in the library. Lots of things in the library. But you will notice that there is a familiar thing that you met last night. That's also
Interesting.
in here as well.
God damn it!
Is it tracking me at all, or
It seems to be
tracking
staying.
us?
It seems to be staying by you.
Perfect. I feel a certain degree of safety with this thing. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'm going to actually question that too. Why?
I don't let on to the rest of the group that
There's some nice photos.
that they're there. Not yet, but I do.
I will ask if Cade spots it.
With Sense the Unseen?
Yeah, I know my perception's not that, or my wits and awareness is not often useful.
If you would like to do
Maybe. We'll see.
a wits and awareness as well, we can find that out.
Am I adding aspects? I forget.
Let's see. No, you would not be. You would not be adding aspects to this. Typically, you would just be able to notice, but there's so many things here, and this one's actively hiding.
Oh, that's fine.
2 successes.
Oh, well, 2 successes.
Because it's actively hiding. No, you don't notice it's there. But with
That's
Sense
fine.
the
That's
Unseen,
fine.
you will notice things in the library.
I'm not probably worried about them per se because I've probably seen them many a times.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's see.
So the one that's standing next to me, I just turn, acknowledge it very quietly with a very gentle smile,
Well,
and say hello again.
it's not standing next to you. It's actually hiding behind one of the bookcases. Like it's trying
Then
actively
I'm
to
just
not be
going to
noticed.
turn. Okay, can it? Do I have any eye line of sight to it?
Yeah, you noticed it. You noticed it straight out.
Okay. So I'm just going to turn, look at it gently, and just wink, and then just wave, like so hopefully out of view of the other 3.
That's okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are the 4 of you doing?
Walking
like I
around.
said,
Sorry,
yeah,
walking around like a caged tiger.
I want to see if they're. I'm going to go around the second floor, looking out the windows to see if I spot any more of these individuals surrounding the building, or if they're just variously throughout campus.
Because you know what you're looking for, you definitely do see a few of them. You only see the 3 cars though, and the 2 people walking around.
Do I see any in the parking lot area of the library? Yeah, that's the end of the sentence.
Do you see any like that? Those are all you see are the 2 cars and the, or sorry, the 3 cars and the 2 people who are walking around.
In the parking lot?
Yes, you will. You will, however, notice that the 2 that are walking around are heading towards the building.
Okay. They're heading towards like the front entrance.
Looks like it. Yes.
All right. Cool. So there is a side door
Yes.
on the bottom floor. I'm gonna lead us down there.
Okay. Being that you are knowledgeable about this place, you are going to set off an alarm if you open that door.
Damn it. No way to break the alarm without setting it off?
Well,
I
Darby,
don't have any way.
that is a wonderful.
Would it be the worst thing if we?
Are they heading towards the main entrance?
It looks like it. Yes, they're heading towards the front.
Would it be the worst thing if we did set off an alarm? It would just get everyone out into the open and make, distraction.
Well, I was thinking about potentially setting off the fire alarm. There is also appears to be a loading dock door
In the back,
as
yes.
well. In the back.
Yes.
I don't know. That one may not have an alarm.
As for your question for Darby, if you want to roll a intelligence plus larceny, we can see if you can figure out how to break it without setting it off.
Actually, I have another option too. Right next to that back door, there's a large vent.
3 dice. Oh boy. 3 dice and 2 hunger.
You guys should totally crawl through the air vents. I'm ready for some.
It's actually quite a large vent too. It's like half the size of the door.
I'm ready for some Mission Impossible crap.
That'd be 2 successes.
2 successes. You have no idea exactly how these are hooked up.
I mean, I only had a chance of 3 successes. Or, well, I guess crits would help, but
Yeah.
Blood surge.
No, I'm not going to blood surge this one.
Seeing what Darby's doing, I'm like, time for another break-in. Can I give it a stab too?
If you want.
Yeah, I'm not even trying. I don't want to accidentally set it off. I don't want to give them, in case they can figure out where maybe the arm's coming from. Maybe they'll make it easier for them to track us.
Well, they
But
got a
go
really good
for it.
picture of you before.
So, I mean, if you want to go for it.
3 successes
1,
for
2.
Carter.
Yeah.
Yes, you see the tiniest wire that is on the top right hand right over the door, and the reason why it's not noticeable is because it's been painted over like so many times it's barely noticed. Like it kind of looks like just a yeah, it's just like a tiny little piece peeling up, but you see this small
The
wire.
old academic paint job.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, you see this wire that is going into the door, like into the door frame itself, and then it goes up the wall and into the drop ceiling.
All right, so I point that out to Darby, because I'm probably too short to reach it, but she's tall enough.
Alright, am I actually trying to disable this thing?
You can
I
give it a
mean, no,
shot.
you know
I
what?
think you're gonna have to lift
because
harder.
because I'm not good at this. I just pick up Carter like a child, hands right under
I look at
right in his rib cage, and there you go.
just before I go to pull it. I look at Kate. I'm like, "You're not going to complain about this later, are you?"
No, go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead, pull the wire.
If you're pulling it, it's going to end up being a dexterity plus larceny.
All right, is my do I have any dexterity? Do I have any other options in pulling it? Or is this what am I?
I mean, if you have the proper tools, you can cut it.
No, I don't have proper tools. We're just going for the.
You're just yanking it by hand.
Okay.
Might want to
Yeah,
blood
it's
surge.
the only option. All right.
You could
Might
blood
blood
surge.
What will the blood surge do again? Just give me 2 extra die.
You do a rouse check and you get 2 extra dice for the challenge. Yes.
Yeah, we'll do that. Rouse check.
I remember using that so much in Bloodlines.
Right.
I suppose I can
Need to
help
open a
him
lock?
anyway,
Blood surge.
right?
Okay, you don't
Yep,
get any
well,
hungrier. You get 2 extra dice
Yeah.
added
Yep.
to your dex.
There's no way I can help him by holding him really steady, is there?
Yeah.
I mean, you
Well,
can
so it's gonna
actually.
be.
You can actually, which add 1 die to his pool.
Yay.
All right,
So do
well,
I
now
have
my
to
pool's
roll
getting pretty
something or
big.
no?
No, you don't have to roll anything.
No, it's
Okay,
basically
cool.
just
I'm
like a
helping.
help action.
Yeah.
Right. All right, I'm helping him.
So
That's not bad.
6 successes. That is a near.
Ooh.
That is a near impossible win. So what happens is she's able to lift you up properly so that you can grab the wire and yank it out of the door and not out of the ceiling. Because if you would have yanked it the other way, you would have really messed up the wiring and it would have set off the alarm. You just disconnected it from the door, so it's disconnected and it does not go off.
perfect. All right, friends. I think it's time we make good our escape.
I think this is the first time I've ever seen a character pick up another character to do something, though. That was fun.
You're welcome. Glad to please.
So yeah, that door is clear.
Before we head out, I will
I'm
say,
helping.
and where are we going to go, actually?
Where were
Cade
we
actually
gonna
looks
go?
pondersome.
We need to. Where were we gonna go?
I think we head back to the Vale. Safety in numbers.
Fair. Agreed.
Where's my bike?
Where would you have parked?
I'm assuming in the
I mean,
parking lot.
logically, probably in the parking lot.
Okay.
It's actually right next to one of the right next to one of those.
Oh
suspicious
god
cars.
damn!
That'd be
Don't say
great.
No! Don't say things like that. You already screwed me over for saying things like that. No, it'd be in a parking lot. I mean, it would be probably somewhat close to the door.
Well, we're heading out by the parking lot. So,
The front parking lot, or
It would have been by the door, so to me, the front parking lot.
I
Let's
think
see.
there's
It
only
looks.
on one parking lot.
It looks like the parking lot's off to the side.
Yeah.
Which.
Ooh.
Let's see. It looks like it's actually next to the door that you guys are walking out of. So I think you guys
Yep.
lucked out.
perfect. Shit. All right, we go. All right, you wanted to see this. Everybody get on.
Cade looks at it and goes, "Mm."
Are all four of
He
you?
lo- he- yeah,
I was joking, but are all four of you
he
My
looks
getting
at
bike
Temple. He looks at
into a
Temple. What did you bring?
fucking.
Yeah.
There is
Okay.
no chance 4 of us would last on a motorcycle.
Yeah, no.
No.
Cade looks at Temple and goes, "What did you bring?"
I, I I brought my car.
I'm taking the car too.
All right.
I'm taking the car.
Come on, I want my bike.
All right,
I put on my awesome helmet.
I probably would have been either over by the Hooper Street or the lot over off of Baldwin. So I'm gonna like book it that way as fast as I can.
Okay. Who's ever running towards the car?
I will walk.
Someone could ride with me.
I am not going to look suspicious.
Okay. Who's ever heading towards the car? How's that? Who's ever heading
Okay.
towards the car? I need a composure plus stealth check from you
Oh,
Okay.
I said I was too.
because you're
All right,
trying. You're trying to remain calm and you're trying to be stealthy.
Yep, and I'm gonna
Yep.
rouse again.
3 and 2.
And I'll
don't
roll.
need the rouse.
I am going to rouse because that would be a 1 for me.
Okay.
And there's
So
your.
get
Oh,
a-
I got a crit. Okay.
What the? God damn it!
Your difficulty is 6.
So for the
Oh,
record,
Jesus. I physically can't make that.
Yeah.
Even
for the
You
record,
said-
I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving
do believe
until I see them
I
get
do believe
safely
I got a
in the
messy
car.
critical.
Oh no! Yeah, you did.
yeah, I can't
Good
physically
job.
make that.
Good job,
Even
Carter.
if I got a crit. The max I
We
can get
are-
is 5.
All right, so I said I'm not taking off until I see them safely in the car. My job is to keep an eye on. I should have made Kay get on the damn bike.
So, Carter, you see the car. You want to get to that car.
Definitely do.
And let's see, that's 4. You only got 5 successes with a messy crit.
I wrote the wrong thing.
So what's going to end up happening? Let me take a look at Cade.
I get hungrier.
Or-
I get hungry. I'm still doing mine.
Yeah, let me take a look at Carter real quick. Let's see. Do you have anything fun that I can screw you over with?
Oh, jeez.
Let's see. I mean,
Yeah, one
it's
success.
it's fun. Basically, you pretty much go into a Rorschach towards the car. You're going into a panic
I
frenzy.
go in. All right.
So you black out as you're running, and everybody else is going to see you basically running towards the car
Not
like a
cool.
wild animal.
All right.
Oh boy.
Okay, what about... Let's see. Derek, was that 3 successes?
I think so.
Okay. You are going
Yep.
to be noticed.
Oh, this is gonna
Okay.
be so bad.
You're heading towards the car, you're getting noticed.
Okay.
Oh shit.
And then Cade,
1.
1 success.
Oh boy.
Yeah. You are also being noticed. So basically, all 3 of you are being noticed, especially since Carter is just like, I kind of see it as like one of the extras from 28 Days Later. You're just like running like a maniac towards the car.
Yeah. So he's like clawing at it.
Yeah.
I guess here's a question. Am I gonna notice that they get noticed?
Oh yeah, you definitely
Okay.
you see what's going on, because the moment they all start heading towards the car and Carter starts running and growling and screaming and trying to get to the car, that's when the sedan's lights turn on. That's when the 2 people who are walking towards the that walked into the library run out of the library and start heading over towards where they are, telling them, to freeze. What is
Are they
Darby
drawing
doing?
any weapons?
The cops?
Wait. So they're out of the car?
The two people that were not in the car are running out of the library towards them, and the cars, all their headlights just come on
Okay,
and basically
so,
light them up.
well, I know a great way to stop them. And considering my state, I think it tracks.
Nobody is
I'm
pulling
gonna-
weapons to answer that question.
But
Okay.
you said state. All right, so but they yelled them to stop.
They yelled at them to stop.
Freeze,
Yes,
didn't
they
they?
said freeze.
Oh God, would I go rev the motorcycle and hit them?
Oh, yes, please.
I am so ready for somebody to do something like that.
You know what? It's fucking Darby. Of course she's gonna. She is here to protect Cade, and they are a threat to Cade. She's heard enough to know that they're a threat to Cade. I'm going to do something to let them get away, even if it means bad things for me. So I'm going to rev my motorcycle, and I'm going to try to cut them off.
Okay.
If I hit them, I hit them.
I kind of wish I had illustrated an opinion about the bike, and with the whole unicorn motif and everything like that. I wish I had also illustrated that it has a horn on it.
On the helmet.
Shit.
No, on the bike.
On the
It's not
bike.
getting a horn on my. No, my helmet.
Okay.
It's just a helmet with a pretty picture on
Just
it.
saying, I wish I had now.
Is Darby
Lord.
attempting to hit one of them?
I think she's more attempting to cut them off
Okay.
and get in their way. If I roll badly, it means I'm probably gonna hit them. She's not being that careful. She's still in a paranoid state. So
Okay. So what you're trying to do is dexterity plus drive.
drive, yeah, which is not bad. I think that's, how many is that? Oh, okay. I only have 2 decks. That's right. Because
Oh, I only got 1 success.
Oh well, I got a shot at this.
It's okay.
All
I'm
right,
gonna burn a willpower.
so it's no. I only got 4 dice. Come on, give me a chance
better.
here.
Just roll, Carol. Just roll.
That's better.
Damn it.
You can always roll power if you fail.
I got 3
I
successes.
might
I'm happy
have
with
to. I might have to. So roll. I'm sorry. 2d10 plus 2d10. Oh, do I want to? I've got 1 failure there in terms of the dice I can
that. They
reroll.
have 3 successes.
I'm gonna have to burn
I
a
believe
willpower roll 1.
What'd you get? 3 successes, Carol?
I got 2.
Oh yeah.
5 is 6 is success, not 5.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why didn't you leave it at 1? Damn it!
Because
Why didn't you leave it at 1?
it's funnier.
What should I do? I mean, what can I do at this point? I can burn a willpower to reroll 1 because that's all I got there. I don't suppose I can't. Too late to rouse the blood, right?
Yeah, it's too late to rouse the blood. We're already in the middle of that.
I mean, if you make 3, I think you win being the active.
Yes.
I don't see I have a choice.
If you get 3
here.
successes,
Oh, you have a
it'll
choice.
count as you winning.
I have to. No, I have to burn a willpower and do this.
50-50 shot.
I know. I'm in the wrong thing here.
I'm biting my nails in suspense. Nope, no success.
No.
Okay,
That's
so
the opposite of what we want.
what happens is the 2 men who are running, as you kick on your engine and it roars to life and you start barreling down to cut them out, one of the men just keeps on running and the other one turns and does something strange with his hands,
Oh no.
and suddenly you find yourself overcome with joy and happiness, and you just need to stop and revel in it. Your paranoia goes away.
Shit, that should have been with 2 West dice. But it didn't matter. It didn't succeed anyways.
In fact, for the remainder of the
at that.
scene, you no longer suffer from the Bruja Bane. You swear there was a bright light, and then all of a sudden you are just filled with joy, and the desire to harm them or to do anything like that is just completely gone.
Hold on one moment. I think I got something for this.
Really?
Well, there was no opposed roll.
There's an opposed roll.
Oh, there
I
is. Okay, never mind.
have.
Her drive roll versus
You know what? I have something called tempered will.
Oh, okay.
Does that count?
Go
I
ahead.
find so annoying people trying to force you something against your will. You're always aware of somebody saying dominate presence. I don't. Once per session. Oh, it's dominator presence.
Oh yeah, this is not a dominator.
Okay, so
power.
no, it doesn't count. Okay, I knew I had something, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
Have to figure this stuff out. Okay. Nope.
Yeah, you just
Not a
find
dominate or
yourself
presence
happy.
Power. Interesting.
You find yourself happy all of a sudden for no reason.
God fucking damn it.
Now the other one is going to continue running towards the three of you. So if I could
I
get
stopped one of them.
if I if I could get Cade, Carter, and Derek to do one more dexterity and probably how are you guys traveling at this right now?
I'm just trying to run frantically at a car.
Yeah, I would say that's strength plus athletics for you.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably be doing the same thing.
If you're frantically running towards the car, if you're running hard at the car, it is going to be strength plus athletics.
I mean, I'm paranoid. Yep. I have to get out of here. I have to be safe.
Absolutely.
Big old 2 dice for that.
All right. How about Cade?
Cade will walk, but he's going to do something else as he does.
Okay. What are you attempting?
One success for me.
On the one coming towards us.
Extinguish Vitae?
Yeah. I want to see if it works on him.
Okay.
I have to experiment.
Oh, God.
So, intelligence plus blood sorcery versus...
I'm going to rouse for my strength.
See, the problem is I don't know if this will work on them, so I'm going to find out.
Don't get any hungrier.
So versus stamina plus composure, it looks like.
Yeah. I've got a roll. I'm just letting. I'm going to let Derek's outcome come first. No. I was just letting you know. Okay, so both of you got one success. But Cade is distracting him, so let's see what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes.
4 successes on Extinguish Vitae.
Uh-huh.
Do you not have to, and this is a question, I'm going to double check too.
Yep.
Whoever can get to it first, basically. Do you not have to touch to do Extinguish Vitae?
Let me see.
Because I know in the old systems it was, but that is a...
I'm going to spend some willpower.
Nope, line of sight.
Roll 3.
Line of sight. Ooh, that's sick. You used to have to touch people.
And it's a subtle one, so...
Yeah. Okay.
There's a chance they may not even know it's me.
So you stop and do Extinguish Vitae, or you start walking slower and start doing Extinguish Vitae on the one that's running up. And he got 1, 2, 3, 4 successes. How much did you get?
4.
4? Let's see. I guess tie goes to the active kindred there. So Cade is going to pull that off. You're doing Extinguish Vitae. Let me see. And this specifically works against vampires.
Mm-hmm. And I was wondering actually if it worked against others, but I think it only works.
Yeah, because it extinguishes like the powers of the blood.
This is one reason why I'm attempting this to see if it'll function on them.
Yeah. Yeah, basically what ends up happening is there's a sense that what you did went off, like you can feel it. Did you roused for that already?
Did I? Let me double check.
Okay. It's one rouse check.
No, so let me do that now.
Yes, please. But yeah, you feel your blood calling out to do what it's supposed to do. But he just keeps running at you. You do not think this is kindred.
Okay. Then
And
I will
he
just
is
kind
running
of.
at you now.
I'll just kind of put up my hands. Is there a problem?
As he's running at you, he yells. He's yelling. He's not trying to sound frantic, but he is yelling. He says, "We need to speak to you." So fucking tempted to say about your car's extended warranty. Anyway,
I would like to roll.
Was that
I'm
the?
sorry. I already have an extended warranty.
their
Thank you
cars,
very much.
their
though.
insurance salesman, run!
That's actually probably the worst villain in any game.
No, they don't say
Oh,
that.
God.
He says, "We need to speak to you."
Is there an insight check to see how? I'd like to roll some type of insight check to see how either aggressive or desperate they are.
That would be wits plus insight.
Yay! Not a good stat.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that Carter makes it to the car.
Ooh.
Okay, 2.
Ooh.
Not messy.
2
Just
successes.
to tease you a little bit.
Okay, well, it's an opposed, so 2 successes. So again, tie goes to active kindred. He seems to be desperate.
All right, that piques my curiosity then. And I will wait for him.
Okay. What is Darby doing at this point?
You know, just because I can't run him over my bike, which would be freaking hilarious. No. Instead, I put the kickstand down. I'm going to go over to the nearest person, which probably is that other dude. That's right. So this is what I'm going to do.
If you want to happily smack him, you can happily smack him. But you're in a good mood. I'm not stopping you from being hostile. I'm just saying that you're not paranoid anymore. And
I was going to say, I think that's
I'm
just
gonna
what
do
she's
this.
fighting anyways.
I'm going to do this for comic, though. No, I'm happy. I'm actually putting the kickstand down the bike, and I'm going to go over it. And since he's probably is the nearest being person to me, I'm going to go give him a hug. I'm just giving him a hug because I'm happy.
Okay.
I love the hug thing. Oh, I feel terrific. Here, I want to make you feel happy too.
I guess you need to do a grappling attack.
It's not an attack either, really.
I mean
I can if you want.
It is if he's trying to get out of the way.
Okay, fair, but I am going to try to hug him.
I'm getting like the grandma vibes.
I don't know if I'm going to hold
kid.
him, but I'm going to just hug him.
What is your specialty in Brawl?
Pizza Academy.
Bar fights.
Right?
Bar fights. Okay. So yeah, this is not a bar fight.
What else did you think it was? No, it's not.
I was just checking to see if it was grapple. So this is going to be a dexterity plus brawl. If you're not trying to hurt him.
Not strength?
If you want to hurt him.
That's true.
If you want to hurt him, it can be strength.
Oh God, I'm having Adventure Time flashbacks.
He's gonna try to avoid.
Amazing.
Damn. You know what? I almost want to make some sort of a roll first to see whether or not she hurt him or not, because she could be doing the I don't know my own strength, and she just goes full out hugs him.
Well,
or
I
if
mean,
she's gonna try.
For the most part, you have to activate like presence stuff or potent stuff, which I don't think is an issue right now. No, I mean, if you don't have to roll anything for that kind of thing. It's just to try to hug him, and he's trying.
I was just debating whether I want to use strength or dex. Am I hurting him or not? Fuck it. I'm gonna use strength because she doesn't know. She's just you put her in
just that happy.
Okay.
She's a happy. She's gonna freaking hug him with all her. She's gonna hug him tightly. And her intention is not to hurt him, but it's gonna hurt him.
He is gonna try to get
So
out
is
of the
he
way.
right for running up on this?
So what is that? That is so that's 6. Okay, so that's 6.
Something funny that just happened, and how we were talking about they might be insurance salesmen.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think Windows heard that because Windows just did a pop-up ad for, hey,
No!
have you heard about Windows 11?
Oh my god. Okay, here's your difficulty on this one. Holy shit! Never mind.
Oh,
4,
What the frick
5,
is
6,
with you,
7.
God?
7 successes.
Well, maybe I'll crit. I mean,
That
you
is
watch.
one
It'll be
wild
fucking
person.
messy.
It's possible.
Nope.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Not bad,
I
though.
rolled fucking 6, man, and I got. Well, I know I got 4.
Okay.
Yeah, not
I'm
at
not
all.
re-rolling it. Not for comic. Not for comic
So-
stupidity.
No, it's fine.
So Darby tries to run over and hug him, and this guy with just like Matrix style bendiness, he just like
Why
is
don't you
able to.
want a hug?
He just gets the hell out of the way. He's the. I didn't.
I want to share the joy.
I didn't expect a hug attack. Okay.
Well, I mean,
No one ever expects the hug attack.
welcome to my world.
Okay, so what is
Welcome to my mind.
what is Derek up to?
All right. Well, I mean, I would have booked it to the car. I would assume at this point I'm probably in the car at this point.
I'm gonna go ahead and say that you get to the car and Carter is
clawing
Looking
at
at them
it.
going,
he's
what the
clawing
hell
at
are they
it.
doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Carter got to the car. He would have snapped out of
Okay.
it. So yeah, you.
Okay. All right. So like, open the car door, allowed him to jump in. I
Mhm.
probably get into the driver's seat to look back and see a hug attack, near miss.
What I mean,
And
I assume what you would actually see is Darby trying to wrestle one of the guys, and he's getting out of the way, and you would see Cade had stopped, but the other guy is running up on him. So I don't know how hostile that would look towards you, but
Cade does look fairly calm.
I'm still paranoid at this point.
yep.
Wow. Mhm. This went well. Sure, this went really well.
See what I. How far back would Cade be?
Well, he was kind of walking and then he slowed down. So I'd say he's halfway between the car and the library.
Fucking, he's the one that I have to like protect.
I have a MacGuffin.
I probably like start the car up and like drive towards. I roll down the window and I just like yell out, like, like what the fuck? Like, get over here!
Cade will just kind of look at myself like, hold on.
Hold on!
Carter says the same thing. Like, what the fuck?
I'm gonna say the one that was chasing up to Cade is like getting right up on him. You have a chance to do something, but like he will be on him in the next second.
I don't got anything I can do, so okay, good. Godspeed.
Wow.
I don't notice my ghosty friend anywhere, do I? Still?
Not with everything that's going on.
No.
There's so much. You
Too much
still have
emotion.
Sense the Unseen active, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These men and the men in the cars all have these very bright, glowing golden auras.
Okay.
It just seems to
Does
be
that
radiating
seem-
for them. It's not like you're doing soul scry or anything, but they do seem to radiate some kind of power.
Is it anything I recognized before, or is it just
This is
completely
new.
unique?
This is new.
Okay.
I will ask, is this an active Sense the Unseen that would have to see this, or is this passive?
No, you'd be able to see it out there too. He has a very strange aura.
May I roll occult?
Yes, you may roll a cult.
I'm assuming int.
I'm going to go ahead and say intelligence plus occult. Your specialty is not going to do anything for you on this one.
I kind of figured for
And
that. Yeah.
you are going to have to get like at least a 7 success to understand what this is.
Doable. It's doable.
It's doable, but it is a hard difficulty.
Yes, that's about
Highly unlikely.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Did you get 7?
Whoa.
Yep. I only had 1 fail. Oh no, I have 2 fails. Dang it, I was missed.
6.
Hell, I'll roll. I'll re-roll. I'll willpower that.
Yeah.
I'm that
Why
close.
not?
I want to.
I want you to get this
I
success
can
because I want to
willpower 2 of them.
screw with you.
You gotta get it.
There we go.
Nice. There it is.
You got it.
That's
you
it.
friggin' got it.
So
That's a full 8.
you got 8 successes. So you remember
God,
reading.
yeah.
You remember reading a book before the downfall of the Tremere, when you had access
Mhm.
to some of the libraries that you don't have access to anymore. And it was something like the title of the book was a study of soul marks by Etrius. This was written by Etrius himself. And it basically discusses what different auras mean and what how you can tell what different things are. You're not using Soul Scry, so you're not really sure how this is picking this up. But the closest thing that you can possibly get from description are mummies.
Oh, that is very intriguing
They
and exceedingly appropriate.
the passage you remember reading goes on and on with all of these fancy words and all the things that are spelled out and everything, and primarily calls them the resurrected. But in parentheses, it says in astonishment, like this incredulous writing, fucking mummies. Seriously, mummies.
Why is it always gotta be mummies?
Like it's so detailed and so proper, and that just at the very end, it's like, seriously, these are real.
All right, let's see what I can do with this. If I have a chance.
We'll see.
I will say loud
no.
enough for my others to hear, and maybe to stun this person who's hopping. Really? Mummies are after me.
He's gonna.
Do I hear that?
I mean, he said it loud enough for everybody to hear. He said
Yep.
it, so.
Say it on.
The one who's running after you is going to kind of slow down to a stop. The one who is dodging Darby is going to turn and look over at you, like confused.
Does that mean I can try to hug him again?
He's distracted. He's distracted.
No.
If you really want to try.
I
do
hold
wanna
up.
try.
I am now exceedingly curious. You want to talk. I want to talk.
It's just kind of a standstill. Everybody just stops and they're looking at each other right now.
Except for
Now that
me,
you said-
I'm going in for the hug.
God damn it.
God damn it.
Three-
Actually, no, that's one. That's 3. Well, we'll see what happens.
Three successes, he's completely taken off guard, and you get him. Was that still strength?
Yeah.
He groans in pain, and you hear a pop.
I mean, we could just maybe we show Stark that actually I just basically tackle him onto the ground.
Goodness me.
So what is Derek doing? Because you're driving.
So tempted to fucking I get too hungry, man.
I'm sure
tempted.
All right. He hears that there's mummies. I think at this point I think I probably like drive off to at least at the very least like make a circle around just so he can get his head around like what the fuck is going on.
Okay.
So at this point Carter's in the back seat, right?
Yep.
All right. So Derek just like drives off probably down Baldwin to and circle, I don't know, maybe up St. Thomas at that point. Just going like what the fuck? You know, mummies are a thing? Like what is he talking about?
I want to circle back.
I am so curious to see what Carter's reaction is to this.
So Carter's primary ambition. I'm just rereading my character sheet. First sentence: learn the secret of immortality. His whole crux there, right? So he needs to circle back. I'm like, you got Kate over there. The action slowed down. Darby's hugging one of them. I'm like, ugh. Derek, turn the car around.
I think Derek would need more convincing than just turn the car around.
Well,
How far away am I?
all right. How fast is Derek going? First off,
I don't. I mean, I don't think he's like, you know, like I don't think he peeled out. But I mean, it is kind of a bit of a sports car. So I mean, probably like at least 35, maybe 45 miles an hour.
I mean, Carter could possibly tuck and roll if you really want to get out of the car.
So he's bailing on us. I see how it is.
Can I get a wits and awareness from Derek though? So you got one success. I'm not going to say anything bad happens to you because it wasn't opposed or anything like that.
Okay.
But yeah, you're not noticing anything else.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Yeah, all right. So I'll like look at him through the rear view mirror, like turn around. Like what? Like what? Why? What?
I can't explain. No time to explain. But we can't leave them there, and I need to know.
All right, fine. And
things are happening fast. We don't have time to talk about it. Let's go back.
Fine, you better be right about this, and I'll like pull in, do a quick K turn, and head back down that way.
Okay, I will. Since you're pulling in and doing a quick turn, I will allow you another wits and awareness.
Okay.
Because you got to be extra. You got to be extra aware when you're turning.
Okay.
So
you just take out a mummy and have 3 kids.
Thump. You just hear a thump, and there's toilet paper sticking out of your car.
All right. So I don't add anything to the roll, right?
Just standard wits and awareness.
Perfect.
One success. Okay.
One. Yep.
I'm going to go ahead and say when you turn, you nearly hit a car.
Oh, shit.
But you don't hit it. So, there's that.
Okay.
Okay, so Darby has one of them in her custody at the moment. What are you doing?
Just hugging him. I'm just hugging him, that's all.
Okay, well...
I mean, we heard on the ground. We're rolling around kind of... Well, actually, I'm not rolling around the ground, but... Because I don't really want him on top of me. I mean, how much is she? You said she just feels joy, but she can still think clearly, right?
Yeah, you can still... You're just not angry. Which is kind of strange for a Bruja, you know?
I know. He's still conscious, right?
Yeah, you just did, like, 1 superficial damage to him when you heard the pop.
It's just a rib. It's fine.
It's just a rib. He's got plenty of them. He'll be fine.
He'll wrap that up. Put on some fresh bandages.
That's funny.
Serve him right for friggin' doing that to me.
How dare you make me feel good?
So she can think straight. Does she now? I assume she said she can see them talking, but he's not really attacking them. So she's close by.
Mm-hmm.
So she's gonna keep hugging this guy and keeping him down. What about the other cars, by the way?
You've kind of lost sight with everything you're going on because you tackled this guy.
Okay.
He is gonna try to get loose. Since you do not have potence, it is going to be a test to see if he can get loose.
Okay.
So, if you're still trying to hold on to him, it would be strength plus brawl.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for me. That's 6. Oh, yeah, that's right. I knew that's 6.
He got 3.
Is that 4G? That's
3.
that's 3.
You still got him.
Okay.
He's struggling. He's struggling to get away. He's like yelling at you. He's like, get off me.
I'm gonna keep half an eye out though on Cade
Okay.
and make sure that, because right now it seems like, but I'm just trying to share the joy and they keep hugging him.
God damn it. Anyway, okay. Over back with over back with.
Was that his response? Was God damn it?
Probably. Okay, over back by Cade, you've got the one guy who's kind of in a defensive stance. He stopped running at you. He's probably like 5 feet away.
Cade just actually has a bit of a smile on his face. This is absolutely fascinating.
What do you think
Clearly,
we are?
That is a very good question. I don't really know, other than, and he just kind of leans in, you're not exactly mortal, are you?
We're human.
Interesting.
And he kind of like looks around.
But clearly, you reacted to what I said. I can see it about you, all of you.
We're not the resurrected. But we need to talk to you.
Very well. I have no problems with talking. Maybe you can shed some light on things then, especially that interesting essence about you.
As you're talking, Derek's car can come back into view, so you can see Cade speaking with him, and you can also see Darby on the floor. And at this point in time, the whole area is devoid of students because they all ran off when people started attacking each other. But there are, I'm going to say, sirens in the background.
Yeah, Cade looks over at Darby. Darby, let him go. I think we are coming to something of an accord, which I suggest we probably.
So cuddly.
Oh my God, get the fuck off me!
What? You made me so happy. I'm just sharing it back. Actually, realize that he did that to me? I saw him do the hand motions and such. So.
He looks towards the other guy who Cade's talking to, and he's like, "I used the wrong pillar on this one."
Does she? Well, that is a question. Does she smart enough?
Cade's like, we should probably leave.
She does. Okay, so she does consider Cade the boss.
How about
she does get off
the two of you? Yeah, he's like, how about the two of you come with us? I'm sure there's more of you around, given what we saw.
You're gonna bring him with us so we can hug. I can hug both of them.
Oh, Jesus.
I think there should be no more hugging. Anyways, let us go before we have more attention.
Okay, I looked at this. Darby looks disappointed, but she gets up, cleans herself off, and goes to her bike. Where we going, boss?
Cade kind of knocks on the. I'm assuming the car's nearby me at this point.
Yeah. Derek would pull over as close to Cade as possible and yell out the window, like, "We better get out of here. Where are we going?"
He actually tells him, "Go park close by. I will text you where we're going. We'll be in the college still."
Oh, we're not driving anywhere? I'm still going to move my bike.
Actually,
I'm gonna say
we should probably head to the bar.
I'm going to say the red and blue
Let us go to the
lights are
bar.
visible at this point.
All right, so we're going to the
Yes,
bar.
let's go. Yeah.
And we got to cheese it.
I'm going to get in the car. I'm going to give him the address to the bar. Meet us there.
Oh no!
You got to bring a whole bunch of. Oh, this is going to be fun.
The ones Cade's talking to are you talking about the Are you talking about the Velvet Veil?
Yes.
Of course he is.
We're not going there.
I will inform them that you're guests.
That's nice. We're not stepping foot in a kindred establishment.
You want to talk to me? Decide then.
Are you still holding on to the other one, Darby?
Cade said to let him go, so I do let him go.
Okay.
Well, however, I'm going to make sure he's not going to hurt Cade. I look a little disappointed, though. He was a good cuddle buddy.
He's straightening up his suit and trying to not look disheveled, and he's walking towards the other one.
Derek leans out the window, like, "Cade, like, make a decision. We gotta go."
Cade is getting in the car. It's like, it is your choice. And he closes the door.
Oh, if they want to talk to him, he'd have to show.
The one who's
I'll be waiting.
The one who's fixing his suit goes to start saying something, but the one you were already talking to cuts him off, and he goes, "You seem to be the one who has more interest in what might be going on. So it's your choice.
Yes.
Do you want information from us? We're not going to that establishment."
I didn't say you have to enter, but meet me there.
They look at each other. And they both nod. Fine.
Very
We'll
well.
be outside in the parking lot. We do not expect to see any other kindred while we are there.
Just the ones you've seen so far.
Agreed.
Let's go.
All right. At which point, Derek is going to drive off. He's going to take a very long, circuitous way to just get out of there, just to avoid getting pulled over.
Okay. Can I get a wits and awareness from everybody as you're leaving? Okay, anybody who got 3 or higher will notice that as the police are starting to pull in to the library, and the 2 who were just talking to Cade and being tackled by Darby have pulled out what look like their IDs, their wallets, like classic show them the badge kind of situation, and are holding it up and have a little bit of a conversation with the police for a second. And no one follows you.
Interesting. Cade will kind of lean back. Well, you know one thing. They are connected in some fashion, whether it be the government or otherwise.
Well, I could have told you that, but we never got to that point.
Now we know for sure.
Carter's just amused by that exchange.
Okay,
Cade
so
looks at Carter. Yeah, Cade looks at Carter's like, this is taking a very interesting turn indeed.
It has.
Though,
And I want to know.
I don't know if it's going to help with my research, but who knows?
I just want to know more about the mummies you spoke of.
They claim not to be the risen, but what I saw would indicate they're somehow tied to them. At least,
Given my
myself.
Given my academic specialty, can I make another stab at it? Or it doesn't matter? It's not really going to add much.
Cade actually leans back and like ponders out loud. I wonder if they have some form of ghoul like we do.
I'm trying to think. Tell you what, do me a favor. For Carter to
Mhm.
make another stab at it, can you?
Yeah.
I'm not saying no. I'm not saying yes. Can
Actually, I
you?
didn't make a stab at it in the first place. It was only Cade, but it all happened so fast that I was frantically running at the car at the time.
You were
um.
a little crazy at that moment.
Yeah.
Cade will turn to Carter's. Well, this is clearly about the scales, so I think the cat is well out of the bag and running around the house. Um, the question is, what shall we do about it?
Carter got 3 successes. Um. I'm gonna say that what you're going to have pop into your head while you're in the car with Derek is that there is
Mhm.
something that you remember about your clan
Mm.
centuries ago having something to do with Egypt. So this might lead to a connection somewhere.
All right. I
Details
have to make some
on
calls.
the stuff, not quite yet, but there's something about Egypt that your clan is connected to. So I'll give you guys a couple minutes to discuss your situation before a sedan pulls up.
I pull up. The window's open or closed. Do I need to like kind of knock, or do you get out or whatnot?
Yeah, Derek would get out, close the car door behind him, and say, our best course of action was bringing them back to the boss, the Baron.
I don't know. I didn't pick up too much what was going on, but what are we doing here? What are we doing here? What's the
We will
plan?
be talking to them, but I decided it was best to speak on favorable ground for us. Um,
What do you think
if
they
they were that
are?
desperate. Very good question. My first thought was they might have been, well, mummies. I've
Mummies.
read obscure texts speaking about them. I find it so interesting when it comes to that subject, everyone's always so surprised that they might exist. But this individual, clearly knowing what I was meaning, stated they were not the risen. So they are clearly in the know, and they said that they are mortals.
Well, they're definitely more than just mortals.
I agree with you. As to what, I'm not quite sure.
I think that's a good time
So,
to start seeing some headlights coming around the corner.
so they are not our enemies, maybe?
Oh, they still are, for they want what was taken by us. That I can
To
guarantee.
give that up
Oh,
quite yet.
that I
I
know for a
assume.
fact.
I assume we have no
As
intention of giving to
for,
them.
well, depends on what they might be willing to trade or do, or see if they might be able to give us information about it at least. And I'm sure Carter will be vastly interested in these
I'm
individuals.
always happy for a trade. That we can talk about.
The
Carter will get out of the car and present himself again and just wait for them to
Hey,
yeah,
by
stop.
the way, so I do know I had magic cast on me, right? Or do I know? I think it's what I was
you
trying to
just
shoot
saw a
at. Did I
black
know what?
you just saw a bright light and then suddenly you just were not in a bad mood.
Hmm. So I
Yeah,
can't ascertain that's magic and tell
not
them that.
really, no. However, I can tell you that your Bruja Bane is back.
So I look angry.
Well, I mean, not necessarily angry, but you are susceptible to it. Um, so yes, the sedan pulls in on the other side, like if you like across from your car, and one of the guys will get out, and he walks halfway.
Well, then, I believe that you have various knowledge that many do not have. So I will not pretend that you are ignorant to what I am.
We know you're kindred.
So you have me at a slight disadvantage because I do not exactly know what you are. I had an inkling, but you have claimed not to be that. Do you care to enlighten me?
They
Sign of
look
trust, shall we say?
they look around, and we are human. We just have abilities.
So they don't appear at a game. They don't appear to be based on the aura that I've seen. Do I believe they could be mages awakened?
Give me a let me see. Give me an intelligence plus academics. You can put your research specialty on it, and we'll see if you've learned anything about mages in the past.
4.
Let's just go ahead and say the exact same book that you were reading earlier that was written by Etrius, talking about like the auras and energy that comes off things. You would know that if you were to identify a mage, an active mage, like one who is currently casting, typically mages come out looking like normal humans, but when they're using their magic, they tend to have more of a brightly colored elemental look to it, almost like fireworks when they're utilizing their gifts, multicolored.
So not quite like this then.
Not like this.
I will admit, I do not. You confound me then, if you are not what I believe you to be.
We understand that you have the scales of Anubis.
I do not, but I know who has them.
Who told you that?
You were caught on security.
We weren't exactly careful.
Impulsive choices can be made, obviously, by anybody. I'm assuming you wish to have them. But I will state, how do I know that you are the, how shall we say it, proper owners?
We are not the proper owners if you're talking by title and legalities.
And what's your interest in them?
They are capable of things that do not need to be just floating around for anyone to stumble upon.
So I take it you just want us to hand these things over to you, and you are not the legitimate owners. And that's it?
I find that amusing coming from someone who stole them from the museum.
I think we just did your heavy lifting.
He looks
You know
annoyed.
better.
He looks massively annoyed, but he will look over towards Carter and say, "Is there a way we could come to an agreement? Perhaps a trade or some sort of compensation?"
Cade looks at Kyra. I will let you handle this. You seem to have the most knowledge, and possibly the most to gain.
How can we reach you?
He looks over towards Derek. I've given him contact information.
I will pull the black business card out from my pocket.
Well, I'll discuss this with my compatriots, and we'll consider your offer. But we'll consider your proposal, but we're going to need something worthwhile to trade this for.
And you, I don't know, do you have better means of researching this thing than we do at your disposal?
We already know what it's capable of. I am willing to negotiate.
I think.
But the standing offer that I can give you right now, I can have all of you zeroed.
Threat's not a very good opening offer.
I'm not threatening. I'm saying I can have all of you removed from any government system.
Ah,
Yeah, that's
I
Jamie.
get you.
I'm
That
going
is a
with that.
very
I
tempting
actually kind
offer.
of know what that is.
That is a very tempting offer indeed.
Do you all want to know what it does?
Derek's eyebrow definitely raises.
Carter could use that.
Anyone who may be looking for you, going through government systems, would not be able to find you. We can make it so that your existence as humans is completely lost in the records.
Hmm.
We do have friends in high places. And
Let us say we took you up on this offer, which, to be honest, is exceedingly tempting. Tempting indeed. Would you be willing to tell us the details of what this object and its capabilities are?
he looks very he looks like he's contemplating on that one.
Mhm.
I think knowing what this does might actually lead to more danger than you're really ready for.
Cade smiles. You'd be surprised how much danger I'm ready for. But I will say this. Think of it as a way to sating our curiosity so that a bug doesn't keep crawling up the back of our necks.
Considering the fact that you do not have the scales on you at the moment, it is something that I can take into consideration and discuss things with my higher ups to see if we can give you that information.
That sounds fair. Then we should adjourn until we have determined what your particular individuals deem acceptable. Does that sound right?
Yes. We'll let you
I
go
look at the
off
others.
and do your thing, and you can contact us the moment you've come up with a decision. Just keep in mind that we don't have the amount of time that you do.
Interesting.
We'll reach out to you.
We will not make you wait long.
He looks at you for a few seconds, back and forth between all of you, and then turns and goes to walk towards the car. He will get in the car,
Mhm.
and they will drive off.
Well, Kate just kind of turns around. That was very interesting. A very interesting offer indeed.
So let me get this
Is
straight. You don't even know what the thing does?
Why do you think we took it? It wasn't because of profit. It wasn't because of greed. Well, let me
Well,
rephrase. Why do you think certain individuals took it? Kate will
Because
glare at Carter a bit.
because one would have use of it.
That is the problem sometimes. Sometimes uses could be found after an item is gained.
we have
But
an indication of its use.
to be honest, I must admit, curiosity can get the better of me sometimes. In this case, it got the better of others, and I did warn about this, but so be it. Unfortunately, I was around during the time, so I had a feeling I might be tagged if something was found.
Derek just kind of like shakes his head a little bit. Well, now we're playing cleanup at this point.
It's true. Sometimes trouble finds a way of just finding us. Does seem like
You know, I think we're bargaining for a better position. We still don't know who these. Well, the scales belong. We know so far to the ministry, and those weren't them.
the only concern I have is if we give them the scales, it may not clear us of whomever else would be seeking the scales. And they
Oh no,
still
it
might
I
come
agree.
after us.
It definitely wouldn't.
The
So you're
scales are our
suggesting
only
we keep
leverage.
him. So you're suggesting we keep him as insurance.
Potentially. That, or we find more information out about them, so that if others do come around, we can easily direct them. The fact that they offered so readily to clear us from any government database is very intriguing. Such a claim
Do you
would
believe
indicate
they
that
can
they
do
have.
it?
I don't know. Maybe.
It's an easy thing to say. We
It
just have to
is.
take them at their word that they've done it. How would we even know?
Given that they were able to get footage of us, and given that they were able to easily make the cops forget about what was going on, there may be some weight to their claim.
It's an awfully big risk.
Was when you took it, wasn't it?
But I'm loath to give up our only bargaining chip.
I don't disagree. I do believe we should discuss with the Baron, and see what his opinion is as well. For no matter what
I agree.
happens, it is going to also fall on his head after a fashion.
I agree.
We are within his domain. He could be seen as at fault as well.
Hmm.
And to be honest, if we gain no value from the scales, it does nothing but harm us. Given what we've learned, it appears that it deals with some form of death magic. Not exactly something I'm particularly interested in per se.
That's where you and I differ, Professor.
That is understandable. Everyone has their own interests.
But to be clear, this doesn't necessarily have anything to do with what you're actually working towards, does it?
It does not. But that being said, I can't say that it could not be useful in some fashion. My field of experimentation is going to be broad. I'm delving into things that have not been tackled in many ways, though in some. But I'm loath to find or delve into the ways that have been successful so far, for they go down a rather dark path.
So, have you all decided to speak to the
The
Baron
Baron.
about this?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
So, we're going to go ahead and leave off the story with the four of you walking into the Velvet Veil. And we will pick up next time as you enter.